on, Maisie. I got you all them assorted humbugs you wanted. It's just a ghost train, no harm in it.
Oh, I love humbugs, Georgie. I'm having a lovely time. What colour's my tongue going now?
I can't look.
Oh, now go on.
I can't look.
Oh, go on.
Oh, all right then. Black.
Oh! Right, I'll give me Mum a fright when I get home.
Maisie, come on. This is the last chance. We've watched it for half an hour. Going in and coming out, going in and coming out again, and I'm all worked up now, see? Look, I'll get you some nice Brighton rock to take over your mum.
Oh, all right, dear. I will, dear.
Oh, Maisie. Oh, what now?
Oh, I don't know. Everyone seems to be crowding round, dear. Perhaps there's been an incident.
Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, blimey. That bloke. Is he?
Oh, look, Georgie. Oh, look!
Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss. Episode 1. Operation Whooooo.
I don't know if you've ever seen the film of Brighton Rock, but there's a thing that's worth mentioning about it if you haven't. You see, they show you all these lovely pictures of kiddies on the beach and they say, before the war, Brighton was full of villains, overrun with gangs. It was a terrible place full of darkness and poverty and secrets and crime, or words to that effect. Let's go back, it says, to that awful time before the Brighton Constabulary cleaned it all up and made it safe and lovely and a very acceptable day trip destination, only 5 bob return on the Brighton Bell. Being a policeman in Brighton in the 1950s was naturally a confusing time with propaganda like that flying about. I mean, you looked around and what did you see? Villains! That's what I saw anyway. Whereas my superior officer, Inspector Steine, he didn't see any villains at all. He actually believed we'd wiped them all out, you see, at a single stroke, on June the 12th, 1951, the day of the so-called Middle Street Massacre, when 17 local hoodlums met in Middle Street and somewhat fortuitously shot each other to death. They made a film of that too. Not so well known as Brighton Rock, of course, but it was very, very popular with Inspector Steine, as you can imagine.
No, don't grieve for me, little Pete.
No, Dad, don't leave me.
I deserved it, Pete. We all deserved it. The coppers outwitted us, that's all.
Give us your Stanley knife, Dad.
No, son, no.
Are you in here, sir? Brunswick. Just watching the Middle Street Massacre again.
Yes.
Really, sir? I thought you disapproved of the way it distorted the facts and celebrated violence, sir.
Yes, but it really cheers me up. Bang, bang, bang! We're trapped, Ginger. Bang, 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 bang. Is this the end for gang war in Brighton? The coppers outwitted us, that's all, little Pete. It was marvellous stuff. Marvellous. They should show this in schools once a week.
Indeed, sir. I believe we're just getting to the moment where we catch a glimpse of your good self.
Oh, there I am. Can you see me, Brunswick?
Yes, sir.
By the clock tower with the sunglasses and the white stick. Can we run that back?
Sporting of them to give you that cameo, sir.
Well, John Gregson's very good, you know. I met him several times.
I know, sir.
Gave him a few tips. Explained a few procedural technicalities.
Yeah, I know, sir.
He let me try on his hat.
I know, sir.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you.
Hello?
Getting to hold you.
Hello. I must be the char lady. I'm looking for Inspector Steine. Is he here?
Oh, he'll be back in a tick, dearie. Got a big case on. Him and his sergeant been out all morning. If they ain't back quick, they'll miss their dinners, and it's jam omelette, so they'll be sorry, all right, see. Oh, my name's not Mrs. Groynes. But all this standing around jawing won't buy the baby a new frock and bonnet now, will it, dear?
Gosh, you seem a nice, jolly, cockney sort of person, Mrs. Groynes.
Oh, tar very much, dear.
The sort of person one sees quite a lot in films, or even on the amateur stage. I mean, not that that's a bad thing.
Oh, of course not. There you go, dear. Garibaldi, dear.
You seem a bit nervous. Garibaldi'll settle you.
Fancy having a biscuit named after you. Don't seem right, does it? Especially when they're as nasty as these little sods.
I'm not usually nervous, Mrs. Groynes. It's just that I'm new. First day. Constable Twitten, number 862. Look, on my collar. If the chaps at Lancing could see me now.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yes. 862. Oh, my boy Trevor's got a number as it happens. Wears it on his chest.
And I can't tell you how exciting this is, to think that one will be working alongside the legendary Inspector Steine.
Is one fond of ice cream, dear?
Yes.
Then one's come to the right place. You know how Sherlock Holmes had his 3 pipe problems and what have you. Inspector Steine tends towards the Knickerbocker glory.
You mean they didn't make that up for the film?
Oh, no, dear. You're, a fan of the Middle Street Massacre, then?
Oh, gosh, yes. I read all the books. I saw the film twice, even though Father expressly forbade it. John Gregson made one feel one had really met the real Inspector Steine. It was so real.
Real, yes. Well, it's famous, all right. And as a result, he's never off the wireless these days, is he? Law and the little man. Oh, we're all so proud. Listen, you take your helmet off, dear, and drink your tea. It's all right. There's nobody here but me and these ferrets.
So, what's the big case?
Oh, body found on the pier, dear. On the ghost train, of all things. Inspector Steine is calling the investigation Operation Whooooo.
A death on the ghost train? Do you think it's something to do with gangs?
Well, Sergeant Brunswick, he thinks it's to do with gangs. Too right he does, but the inspector's of a different mind. He thinks it may have been natural causes, heart failure, what have you, but there's a lot going against that theory, unfortunately.
Such as?
Such as its head was off. Sawed off, by all accounts.
Gosh!
All a bit delicate, are we?
Oh, no. Public school prepares one for virtually anything, I should think. I'm just wondering whether there would be time on a ghost train ride, taking little more than 4 minutes on average, to saw off a person's head, especially if one had to kill or sedate the person first.
All I'm saying, sir, is that Kemptown Charlie has very good reasons for disappearing.
And all I'm saying, Brunswick, is that you're obsessed with crime. Kemptown Charlie. But 7 Dials Agamemnon, it's preposterous. I'm giving a talk on the wireless tonight full of calm, benign reminiscences of the square mile in the blackout. And now I expect I've missed the jam omelette.
Oh.
He being difficult again, Sergeant.
Well, yes.
Sergeant Brunswick is cursed, dear.
Well, that's a bit strong, Mrs. Groynes.
He sees villainy, dear. Sees it everywhere. It's an affliction.
All right, all right.
Because no one else can see it.
I just have to live with it, Mrs. Groynes.
Sometimes his despair all but overwhelms him. Isn't that right, dear?
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Groynes. Who's this?
Oh, Constable Twitten, sir. I'm new.
Nice to meet you. How do you feel about criminals, son?
I wholeheartedly oppose them, sir.
Well, that's a start.
Cup of tea, Sergeant. Garibaldi? Nice slice of gala pie.
Gala pie? I don't suppose there's any hard-boiled egg in it.
Oh, I'm afraid someone's had the egg, dear. There's an egg-shaped hole, if that's any good.
An egg-shaped hole. Oh, well. Can't sit round here all day. I have an appointment at the Metropole with a witness to the crime. A skirt called Maisie.
Gosh, you said skirt.
Maisie? Big blue eyes and buck teeth? Wears a hairband and drinks vintage port with Tizer?
That's her.
She's a witness, you say, dear?
Yes, you know her, Mrs. Groynes.
No, not me. Sergeant Brunswick was played in the film by Norman Wisdom, dear.
Yeah, well, you don't get a choice, obviously.
Can I ask about the case, sir? I was just saying to Mrs. Groynes that 4 minutes isn't very long to overpower a large man and saw his head off.
How do you know the ghost train ride is 4 minutes?
Well, just guesswork at this stage, sir, but I'm very good at detail. I came top of my year at Hendon in forensic observation. Here's the thing, sir. Would you like me to go on the pier and time that ride for you with a stopwatch and a notebook?
Yes, I would. But when you get the answer, Twitten, I want you to report to me, not to the inspector.
Very good, sir.
Shall I save the gala pie, dear?
I'll let the constable have it. He seems like a good lad. But tell that rogue of a butcher that if it happens again, I'll have him under intention to deceive or defraud 1932, Section 24.
A prize for forensic observation, you say? Well, I'd better get on, eh? All this standing around jawing won't put tuppence towards a bag of coal, now will it?
Do you think I'll run into any gangs on the pier, Mrs. Groynes?
Now, let me tell you something, dear. Let me set you straight. Inspector Steine won't stand for talk of gangs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought...
When I first came to this station, there were some who wanted to warn him, but Mrs. Groynes' son Trevor was in a gang. He's banged up in Lewis for armed robbery. But the inspector wouldn't listen. And I like him for that, I do. As far as he's concerned, the gangs got wiped out in the Middle Street massacre. All of them gone. 'Cause if they didn't get wiped out, see, and they aren't all gone, well, the great Inspector Steine of Stage, Screen and Wireless looks a bit of a great big nana, just see.
No, the only thing was, Jim... Oh... Jim's a nice name.
So's Maisie. Another port and tizer, Maisie.
Oh, tar. This is nice, isn't it? Jim?
What?
Jim, look.
Oh.
Jim, look.
Yeah, bright orange.
Oh!
It must have been horrible, Maisie. On the pier, seeing that, what I heard was you thought there was something fishy. I mean, even more fishy than someone having his head sawed off.
Oh. Well, when Camptown Charlie went in the ghost train, see, Jim, when he went in, he had a tattoo on his wrist. I noticed it because I like a tattoo on a fella, you know. You got any tattoos, Jim? Oh, well, his was a great big tattoo, his was. Ace of Spades. And when he come out, all dead and no bonds or anything, it was gone.
Oh. Oh, dear. Well, I have to tell you, Brunswick.
Yes, sir?
There's a big flaw in this from the start. I mean, Operation Whooooo.
The name was your idea, sir.
Yeah, but 5 O's, Brunswick. I mean, 4 would be more than sufficient. 3 even.
Constable Twitten did a good job with the timing, sir. I think he's quite right that the death itself could not have been managed on the ghost train.
Twitten? Is that his name?
It's not that bad, sir.
Oh, it is.
Sir, the point is that the man found dead on the pier is not Camptown Charlie.
Right.
But if Camptown Charlie is A, at large, and B, planting bodies on the pier, there is something big going on.
This is all supposition, Brunswick, based on the existence of gangs.
Yes, but it makes sense, Inspector. You remember the Gatwick job I was working on last summer?
They're building an airport, Sergeant.
Camptown Charlie was up to his neck in that job, sir. You remember the disappearance of Councillor Piers?
No, he's on extended holiday in Benidorm. He sent me a postcard.
I have reason to believe that Councillor Piers is under the runway at the new airport and that a large amount of counterfeit money was due to be transferred last Wednesday on the ghost train from Stanley to Camptown Charlie, and that Guido the fish got wind of it. Guido informed Big Tony. Charlie killed Guido and planted his headless body on the ghost train. He then took off with the counterfeit money with both Stanley and Tony looking for him and likely to kill anyone who gets in there. Way.
Oh, you're living in a dream world.
Sir, I would like to take Stanley into custody.
Yeah, well, I'd look out for him if I were you. I heard he's quite sharp.
May I have your permission to pose undercover as a fence, sir?
You could pose as a netball court if it would give you enjoyment, Brunswick, but seriously, don't you think it's time you had a holiday?
People were always telling me what a privilege it was to work under Inspector Steine. And it was. He was, after all, the man who had masterminded the Middle Street massacre, in which 17 local hoodlums met each other one Sunday afternoon in Middle Street, while all the police on duty were round the corner at Luigi's gobbling knickerbocker glories. Steine had never liked villains. During his 30 years in the Metropolitan Police, which included the war years, he had miraculously always managed to avoid them.
Now, in the 1920s at Billingsgate Market, one would often nudge up against the rather pathetic population of scats. Check in any dictionary today and you certainly won't find the word, but I assure you that these scats were amusing little chaps who would earn sixpence from the regular fish porters by helping to push their wares to the cart stands in Eastcheap or Great Tower Street. Up the ill, Gov, they would ask. In police circles, we adopted the phrase. When someone offered up the ill, it meant that they would assist you in the short term in some task you were about. On the eve of the Middle Street Massacre in June 1951, I remember the charlady at the station in Brighton offering up the ill, sir. And I was touched. It turned out she, of all people, had invaluable information about the whereabouts of the desperate gangs that were about to engage in Pyrrhic warfare. So, I was very touched indeed. You might say that my fame and fortune were built on that charlady offering so selflessly up the ill. I remember, incidentally, the first time I saw myself in my policeman's uniform. Of course, the helmet was an even taller object in those days. It required perfect posture.
How do they get the spoons this long? Any idea, Twitten?
I heard your talk last night, sir. It was very good.
Thanks, Constable. One does one's best. I rather wish I'd had the chance to be a philosopher, you know.
You can tell, sir.
As it is, I once helped Bertram rustle onto a number 14 bus in Gower Street, and that was it. Where's Brunswick got to?
I believe he's conducting an undercover operation on the Palace Pier, sir.
Oh, no, not again. There are a few things you need to know about Sergeant Brunswick, Constable.
I think he's very brave, sir. Do tell me your own current theory as to the identity of Brighton's criminal mastermind, sir. I've got quite an interesting theory myself.
Look, Twitten, look. Oh, are you saving that glacé cherry, or are you leaving it?
Oh, saving it, sir.
Oh, all right. And what was I saying?
I don't know, sir. We were just talking about Brighton's cunning criminal mastermind, and you just said, look, Twitten.
Oh, that's it, yes. Look, Twitten, I expect you think I'm a bit strange for this head-in-the-sand behaviour, don't you?
Well,
yes, you do. A headless body on the pier, counterfeit money flooding the town. Well, I just have a theory, that's all, based on 35 years in the police force. Twitten, villains thrive on attention. The more you pay attention to them, the worse they get. I mean, criminal mastermind. Now, I'll tell you something about Sergeant Brunswick. He's an excellent policeman. He knows the law backwards, unstintingly loyal. But he was played in the film by Norman Wisdom. You see? I mean, no wonder he wants to discredit all that we achieved with the massacre. It's in his interest to prove that the massacre did not clean up Brighton. It's very difficult for me, Twitten, to have a sergeant who works night and day to prove, against all the evidence to the contrary, that violent crime is alive and well in this lovely, pretty, harmless seaside resort.
But there was a headless body on the pier, sir.
Look, what on earth is going on out there?
It seems to be coming from the Palace Pier.
Well, here's Brunswick, and about time.
Evening, sir.
Brunswick, what if I told you about this undercover nonsense? The noise, even at this distance, has been terrible. And look, you've got blood on you and everything.
That's his own blood, sir.
Oh, don't be silly, Twitten. Is that your own blood, Brunswick? You haven't been shot.
Oh, sorry, sir. They got me, sir.
Well, I don't know what to... Twitten, what do you...
I don't...
How about a frothy coffee, Brunswick? Would that help?
Thank you, sir. Frothy coffee. Actually, I think that's what they generally recommend, sir.
Right, Twitten, get us some coffees at once. No, just a minute. No, make mine an Ovaltine. Would you prefer an Ovaltine, Brunswick? Oh, no, it's a silly question, sorry. Frothy coffee for Brunswick, Ovaltine for me. Well, go on, then.
May I have an Ovaltine, sir?
Of course you can't have an Ovaltine. I offered it to Sergeant Brunswick because he's been shot in the line of duty. Have you been shot in the line of duty, Twitten?
Not yet, sir.
Well, then...
I'm all right, sir. No need to fuss.
But really?
It just all happened so quickly, sir. You may recall I was posing as a fence.
They gave me a tray. Oh, here you are, sir. Did I miss anything?
We were next to the helter-skelter on the pier.
Oh, I never liked those mats, did you?
I had arranged the handover with Stanley through one of his minions. Fishing boats Mac. 1,000 knicker in £5 notes.
How does Stanley knife Stanley fit into this, sir?
Well, it's complicated. Villainy is always complicated, son, especially in this town.
Oh, I know that, sir. It's just that I've been trying to work out some of the deeper criminal connections in this town, sir. Because it seems to me we must concentrate on identifying and rooting out the unknown criminal mastermind, sir. rather than possibly getting sidetracked by the smaller lines of underworld personalities, however colourful their names, sir.
I wouldn't call cold-blooded murder and mutilation a smaller crime, Twitten.
Oh, sir, I didn't mean...
This is very good Ovaltine, Twitten.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So anyway, I'm with Stanley Knife Stanley. As close to him as I am to that sauce bottle, and I'm spotted.
Oh, no. Who?
Well, if you must know, Mrs. Groynes.
Oh, dear.
Jim? Jim?
Oh, yeah, not now, Maisie.
Jim!
Oh, all right. Oh, Green. Now.
Green? Why?
How should I know?
Brought the skirt along as protection, did you?
No, she's my girl, that's all. I knock her about and that when I feel like it. She always comes crawling back, see? But the green tongue, that's nothing to do with me.
Here, you know that woman over there and all?
No, of course not. Where?
Evening, Sergeant Brunswick.
Oh.
Sergeant who? Nice night, dear. You undercover tonight? Well, you look very handsome without the helmet, dear. See you Monday. Ta-ta!
That's Mrs. Groynes. She works at the police station.
Look, Stanley, I don't know that woman. I never seen her before.
I told you he was a bogey, Stan. Hand me the shooter.
Jim, look out! Jim!
And in the confusion, they all got away, sir.
Sounds like a bit of a disaster, Brunswick.
Yes, sir.
I won't say I told you so.
Thank you, sir.
But I did tell you so, of course.
Yes, sir.
You sure you wouldn't like an Ovaltine?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Well, I think it's a real shame, sir. Stanley Knife Stanley may be a mere pawn, a tiny fish, a minnow, a sprat, but somewhere in this town there lurks a mighty leviathan.
Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'm doing my best. All right, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best, and I'm just one man.
Did I ever tell you about the time that German counterfeit money was brought back to England to be destroyed and I had to escort it across London?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, you'll enjoy this, Twitten. About £1 million worth of £5 notes, all perfect copies, all done by slave labour. It was Brunswick's story that just reminded me. Do you know what happened as we escorted it to the furnaces? £1 million in usable notes. Do you know what the notorious gangs of London did to us as we freighted this precious cargo across a teeming metropolis?
What, sir?
Absolutely nothing.
This is the 7th flesh wound you've had in a month, Sergeant. How's that bandage now?
All tight.
Are you sure you don't want the bullet removed?
Quite sure, thank you.
Morning, Mrs. Groynes. Morning, Brunswick.
Well, he's as happy as a whippet in a lift, God bless him.
Indeed I am.
I remember staring out of the window that morning after the Palace Pier debacle. Smaller crimes, colourfully named characters. Was it true that I was missing some bigger picture? All I knew was that I could see the detail and it was driving me mad. Down on the seafront, Jimmy the Gimp from the milk bar was in an animated conversation with Francesco from the Ponte Vecchio. They drew knives and started circling, then disappeared down the steps out of view. Irene from the Pretty Puss Club lifted the wallet of a day tripper and passed it to Brenda the Tart. Ham and Max Rammery swaggered past, eating ice creams, no doubt celebrating Max's release from Pentonville by planning to knock over the Regent Kinema on Saturday afternoon. I made a mental calculation of the number of laws being broken in full view of the station, and it came to 39.
Did I miss anything?
Well, only that the inspector made an arrest, dear.
What?
Didn't you know, Sergeant Brunswick? Oh, yes. Operation Whooooo is over. Case closed, and don't forget the diver, sir.
Inspector Steine arrested someone? Who?
Ronnie the Nurk.
Ronnie the Nurk?
Who's he?
He came in and confessed. Nice boy. Always does what he's told.
But Ronnie can't have had anything to do with it. At the time in question, he was in custody, for heaven's sake. I pulled him in for behaving in a manner likely to cause consternation. 1923, Section 6.
Had you, dear? Well, he says he did it all the same. Moreover, he says it was all his idea and that he did it all on his tod. The sawing, the head, everything.
Ronnie the Nurk has only got one arm.
I know! to hand it to him.
Don't feel bad, Sergeant Brunswick. If this Ronnie the Nurk chap is just pretending he's done it, possibly under pressure from the real villains, Brighton's criminal mastermind will probably get him a crooked lawyer to make sure the case collapses. Isn't that right, Mrs. Groynes?
Oh, that was the other thing. What you just said reminded me. He said he wanted to make it quite clear that there was no criminal mastermind, dear.
Oh, I don't know any more, Mrs. Groynes. Sometimes I feel... Well, it's what Twitten's been saying. It's as though there are orchestrated dark forces preventing justice from being done in this town. If only I knew who was behind them.
Well, all this standing around jawing won't get the threat of global nuclear annihilation lifted, will it? Pass me my bag, dear.
Here we are, Mrs. Groynes. Oh, this bundle of banknotes fell out.
Oh, dear. Just pop it in there, that's right, with the others. Well, see you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What does it feel like to be shot, sir?
It itches, mostly. Oh, why did it have to be Ronnie the Nurk?
Sir, it just strikes me, sir. Mrs. Groynes knows an awful lot about the Brighton underworld, doesn't she? I mean, she knew Maisie, and she knows Ronnie the Nurk.
And thank goodness she does, Twitten. Thank goodness someone around here is prepared to acknowledge villainy actually exists in this town.
Ah, chaps, there you are. Did I ever tell you my lamplighter story, Brunswick?
The story about the lamplighter who noticed in 1927 that the Bank of Dundee on the north side of Leadenhall Street was about to fall down, but nobody believed him except you, sir.
That's the one. Do you think it would work for one of my Law and the Little Man talks?
Like a dream, sir. As I recall, the key elements of that particular story were that no crime was committed, no one got hurt, no one got arrested, there was no villainy whatsoever, and you came out of it with a promotion and a medal.
Sounds perfect, sir.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, when Mrs. Groynes said I was as happy as a whippet in a lift just now...
Yes, sir?
I don't suppose you have the faintest idea what she meant by it. In episode 1 of Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss, Inspector Steine was played by Michael Fenton Stevens, Mrs. Groynes by Jan Ravens, Brunswick by John Ramm, Twitten, Matt Green, Maisie, Carla Mendonca, Georgie, David Holt, Stanley, Michael Roberts, and Boy, Cameron Cleaver. The music was by Anthony May. The producer was Karen Rose. Inspector Steine was a Sweet Talk production for BBC Radio 4.
Hold on a minute, dear. I'm just on the phone. Tell Stan he owes me a big one. And get a message to Trevor. Tell him I love him and that by the time he comes out, he'll have this town in the palm of his hand. More where that came from. Back on the floor, cowboy!
You'll never get away with this. For one thing, you're doing it incredibly badly.
Blimey, everyone's a critic.
One can hardly help it in the circumstances, madam. What an oversight, for example, that you are allowing witnesses to survive. What? I'm merely pointing out the flaws in your plot, madam. And also in the characterization. You may be wearing masks and so on, but a mask cannot conceal...
Oh, built up! Everyone done here? Right, don't look so worried, dear. You may be a nobody working for peanuts in a bank, but think what you'll be able to tell your grandchildren. I saw the Aldersgate stick-up. Come on, boys, let's get these bells out of here!
You were, boss. Come on. Right, let's go. Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss. Episode 2, his last review.
Brighton in the 1950s. A place of knickerbocker glories, beatniks, villains, teddy boys, illicit sex, end of the pier shows, theatrical landladies, crooked seaside photographers, and an enormous number of unsolved murders. Why were there so many unsolved murders in Brighton in the 1950s? There are several theories, but none of them, in my opinion, points quite in the right direction. The right direction being... the legendary Inspector Steine.
Now, at 7:45, we go over to Alexandra Palace to hear a fascinating talk on law and the little man from our regular expert, Inspector Steine of the Brighton Constabulary. He will discuss tonight a little-known law concerning the offence of entering or travelling on a public vehicle with a cumbersome article without the consent of an authorised person.
Good evening. Yes, I know what you must be thinking. How can anyone talk for 15 minutes about the Public Service Vehicles Regulations, Conduct of Drivers, Conductors and Passengers, 1936? But take this situation. In May 1947, when I was still in the Metropolitan Police, a woman named Mrs. Fothergill needed to deliver a bundle of billiard cues to an address in the vicinity of Ladbroke Grove. Now,
perhaps the most high-profile of all Inspector Steine's investigations around this time concerned what came to be known as the Blood on the Plush case. It all started one June morning when Constable Twitten and I were at the station perusing the Police Gazette. All right, here we are. Libra. You are judicious and high-minded by nature.
Gosh.
But on the downside, you are an impractical airside and probably haven't polished your handcuffs or oiled your truncheon for at least 2 weeks.
That's uncanny.
Lucky colour blue.
Gosh.
Lucky word bunts.
I say.
Lucky direction to be proceeding in. Westerly.
Oh.
Morning, all.
Mrs. Groynes, you've seen the inspector. It says here his lucky biscuit is the custard cream, and he wouldn't want information like that kept from him.
He had a gent with him when I came through, working ever so hard to impress him and all. I reckon I know him from somewhere too, but I can't think where. Now, a cup of tea, dears?
Brunswick.
Sir?
Good morning, sir.
Look, Brunswick, quick. Do you know anything about some new play at the Theatre Royal? Won't be a minute. It's called a Bob in the Slot or something.
Beg pardon, sir. It's called a shilling in the metre, sir.
Oh, that's it. Why haven't I heard of it?
It's by that northern bloke who's always on the telly.
Jack Braithwaite.
He wears his turtleneck, sir.
Really?
On the telly.
Ugh.
The play concerns the frustrated energy of youth in post-war Britain, sir, which is symbolised in the play by a gas fire that keeps going out on an endless, dark February Sunday afternoon. They're saying in critical circles that the great well-crafted three-act plays by playwrights such as Terence Rattigan and J.B. Priestley are about to be blown to matchwood by this hurricane-force new spirit of naturalism and grit, sir.
That's what they're saying in critical circles, is it, Twitten?
Well, yes, sir.
That's what I've heard, sir.
What, you as well?
Everyone's saying it, I think you'll find, sir.
Yes, all right.
They talk of nothing else down to Princess Alice.
I said all right.
Cup of tea, dear?
No.
Steine! Oh. It would help matters, Steine, if this place hadn't last been whitewashed just around the time of the siege of Sebastopol.
Very good, yes. I suppose it does have a certain Napoleonic... May I introduce Sergeant Brunswick? There's Constable Twitten, our trusty Cockney charlady, Mrs. Groynes. This is A.S. Cook of the Sunday Herald. He's here for the phenomenally significant opening night, and I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to it myself, of A Shilling in the Metre by Mr. Jim...
Jack Braithwaite.
Yeah, precisely, Jack Braithwaite.
It will be execrable, of course. Fashionable, dreary tripe. I've written most of my review already. My main point will be that instead of putting the shilling in the metre, he should give him the bob to a Boy Scout to write the play for him. But I may think of something even more devastatingly amusing when I've actually seen it.
No, but surely, Cook, in critical circles, they're saying this play is a kind of hurricane that will blow to match.
I am critical circle, Steine, so I can assure you they are saying no such thing. Tell me, did you manage to catch the much-trumpeted Clogs on the Battystones last year at the Adelphi Club?
No.
Do you know why you didn't see it, Steine? And why thousands and thousands of other little people, such as yourself, did not see it?
I couldn't get tickets.
Speak up.
Couldn't get tickets?
I closed it. My review had that dreary heap of northern grit shoveled off the pavements of our dear theatrical capital city within a fortnight.
It was a searing review, sir. Legendary. 3 of the cast gave up the business and the director went to live in Finland.
I've got a feeling we've met, dear.
No, I don't think so.
You're all so familiar.
When you and I first met, Steine, 10 whole years ago, I was a humble assistant bank manager.
Principal eyewitness in the Aldersgate stick-up. Sadly, that case is still open.
Whereas now, the theatrical world quakes at my approach, Steine. It positively quakes.
The Aldersgate stick-up? Would that have been in or around Aldersgate, dear?
Well, it's quite a famous case, actually. I was forever making appeals to the public for more information.
What sort of information were you asking for, sir?
Well, for a start, who'd done it?
You all right, Mrs. G? You look a bit pale.
Oh, me, dear? Right as rain, dear. Well, all this standing around jawing won't get the clean air bill passed and dramatically improve it to stroke the regrettably poor respiratory health of the post-war British populace, now will it? So, last time of asking, any more for any more? Good-o, I'm off.
Good heavens. Steine, there's something I should...
Well, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this play, Cook. I really can't. I'm not going.
It could be a landmark evening in the history of British theatre, sir.
Quite possibly Brunswick, but on the other hand, I've missed all the others. I mean, he was quite a nice man when he was just a witness, you know, whereas now, look, my hand's shaking.
What I mainly felt about him, sir, if I may say so, what I mainly felt was that I wanted to knock him about.
Oh, I know. And I would have let you, don't worry.
He does get attacked quite regularly at parties and so on, sir.
Really, Twitten? Why am I not surprised that you know all about it?
Sorry, sir, but it's often in the papers, you see. He has wine poured over him, and people deliberately snapping his spectacles. Gosh, sir, perhaps we should offer him police protection.
Are you volunteering?
Oh, you wouldn't do that to him, sir.
No, Twitten, how would you like a trip to the theatre tonight?
What? How would I like to accompany a famous critic to the first night of a Jack Braithwaite play, just to protect him from theatre-goers or playwrights? Oh, sir.
What do you think, Brunswick? Shall we let him?
Oh, sir! Oh, sir!
That fire's gone out again.
We can keep each other warm, Johnny. We don't need no shilling.
This is jolly good, isn't it, Mr. Cook? Shh. Oh, sorry.
It's always
and you can take your helmet off as well, young man.
Gosh, yes, sorry, I forgot.
Shh. Sorry.
At least I bring home a bit of money.
And that makes it all right. You don't spend all day on the back seat of a tram, back and forth to Elephant and Castle all day, just watching your girl collect the fares from blokes she doesn't even know. Any more for any more? Any more for any more? Makes me sick.
My God, that's it. Shh. Don't tell me.
Oh, come here, Ruby, but turn off the waterworks. I can't stand it. There's a good girl. And stop ironing. You're always ironing.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I'll stop. There. I've unplugged it and everything.
And don't you start knitting neither. You know how that makes me mad when I'm trying to concentrate on my darts practice.
Show me your darts, Johnny. You're ever so good.
All right.
Constable, I will have to rush off at the end of the play to telephone my review. But I need to tell you something. Something happened at the police station today.
What are you doing now, Ruby?
Just a bit
I want
of
you to tell Inspector Steine, but not until I've left town. Do you understand?
Please, certainly, sir, but...
Lives
had
could be at
enough.
stake.
Do you know what it's like living with you, Ruby? It's like living with an ant. I'm going mad here.
The thing is, at the station today, I heard a voice I recognized. A voice from the past. Do you understand what I'm saying, Twitten?
I want someone to tell me about books and beautiful things. Who will inspire me to write a great book myself? And you're making a run.
Today, I heard a voice I haven't heard since the day of the infamous Aldersgate sticker.
I'm afraid I can't hear you very well, sir.
His voice, it was saying the same words. It said, any more for any more.
I'm sorry, sir, what did the voice say?
Oh, for heaven's sake, it said any more for...
Any more, sir?
Johnny! Come back! I was only making some nets. I was only making some nets.
marvellous. Bravo! 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 Right, okay, Mr. Cook, are you all right? I say, that was marvellous. Bravo! Bravo! Sir, are you all right? You look a bit... Oh, crikey. Are you dead? Oh, crikey!
What's happened, Constable?
This very controversial critic, madam. I was giving him police protection, and he's dead.
Good Lord.
Shh. Was he the noisy one?
It's always the same with you, Brunswick. Permission to go undercover, sir. Permission to go undercover. It's your answer to everything.
I just happen to have ascertained that the position of prompt boy is vacant, sir. And quickly checking back through Cook's reviews, every single member of the cast had a personal motive for killing him, sir.
They were on stage, Brunswick.
But they have loved ones. And what about the playwright and the director? You heard it from Cook himself, sir. He was loathed by the people in the theatre. Who else would want to kill him? If I got inside the business, I could learn so much.
Look, how many times have you gone undercover in the past year, Brunswick?
27, sir.
And how many times has it resulted in useful evidence?
Well, my cover keeps getting blown, sir.
All right, I'll put it another way. How many times have you been shot or otherwise wounded by the villains among whom I begged you not to go undercover?
27, sir, but I've been very unlucky.
Do you remember the last time I refused to let you go undercover?
Sir.
It was the day of the Middle Street Massacre, Brunswick. Had you gone undercover that day, you would almost certainly have been killed.
That's so unfair, sir.
Oh, don't sulk, Brunswick. I forbid you to go undercover as a prompt boy at the Theatre Royal, so you can take that cloth cap off right now.
Sir.
And the muffler.
Oh,
and
sir.
the wig and sideburns. And the suede shoes. It all looks very odd with your tunic in any case. Come in. Ah.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yeah, come in, Twitten. Now, young chap, we'll leave aside your conspicuous failure to keep Cook alive, mainly because we all loathed him. But, having said that, you should still be very grateful I'm such an enlightened superior officer that I'm letting you help with this case in some small way. Now, can you think of some small way you could help us with this case, Twitten?
Oh, sir, may I go undercover, sir?
No, you may not go undercover. What is it with modern policing? Look, just tell me again what he said before he was stabbed, Twitten.
It was very hard to hear, sir, with all the shushing going on. But I'm sure he said he heard a voice at the station that he hadn't heard since the day of the Aldersgate stick-up.
Ah, you see, that's odd, isn't it? Because, I mean, he surely hears my voice on the wireless every week, doesn't he? Everyone else does. It doesn't make sense.
I don't think he meant you, sir.
Well, who else met him here? Only the three of us.
That's right.
And Mrs. Groynes, sir.
All right, Mrs. Groynes. I mean, look, this is just a hunch. Do you think it was because he was talking that he got murdered? People do get quite annoyed if someone talks during a play.
I think it's more customary to tap someone on the shoulder than stab them with a knife, sir.
Oh, well, I've got a feeling about this case, Brunswick.
What's that, sir?
That it will resist all our efforts to solve it.
That will make a change, sir.
I just think we shouldn't get our hopes up, you know. Besides, he was completely ghastly, wasn't he? Still feel a bit sick from yesterday. Oh, anyway, here's the plan. You go to the theatre and interview everyone, Brunswick. I'll see the play tonight, and Twitten... Now, what can we get young Twitten here to do?
Sir, shall I find out from the box office records who was sitting in the seat behind, sir? And shall I go through the old records of the Aldersgate stick-up to see whether there's any mention of a significant voice? Oh, and shall I make a list of all the people Cook has insulted in the past 6 months, sir? Oh, I know. Shall I also find out from his secretary, the Herald, whether he has ever received death threats?
No one likes a clever Dick Twitten. Isn't that true, Sergeant?
I don't know, sir. I don't think I've ever met one before. I should explain about Steine's aversion to undercover operations. My theory is that he was actually confused by them. When I came back to the station dressed like a bookie's runner, he would be quite suspicious for some time afterwards that I was actually a bookie's runner rather cleverly impersonating a police sergeant. Of course, it was true that undercover work was dangerous. More times than I can remember, I'd just be on the point of getting material evidence when someone passing by would recognise me and innocently blow my cover. It was usually Mrs. Groynes, bless her. And then out would come the Stanley knives and the villains would scarp her, and that would be that. Oh, it was a good life. Can you account for your movements between 9:15 and 9:30, madam? And were you aware of any commotion in the stalls? Apart from that, what did you think of the play?
Would you recognise this woman again, sir? And what were her exact words? Really? Gosh, that's very interesting. Could you describe the hat, do you think? I'll go straight to the shop. This is very helpful.
The deceased was not a popular man, was he? Did you ever get a review from him yourself? He didn't say that. He actually used that word. Oh, that's shocking. No, I'm really shocked. He really said that.
If you ever find yourself considering a change to the way you run the box office, I think I can see at once a better way of doing it.
Can I have your autograph for my nephew? He loved you in Genevieve. This is a lovely false beard, sir. May I inquire where you got it? You see, I like a bit of nose putty myself, but I can never prevent it from slipping off.
May I borrow these files, sir? This is dashed important.
Well, I was never actually on the stage, no. Oh, I like that. I see, yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Johnson. You've been so very helpful. If you would send all the threatening letters in a big box on the noon train, I'll collect them from the station myself. You don't sound too upset, if I may say so.
Who's this? Go on, who's this? well, it was meant to be Robert Newton, but you might be right.
Goodness. You know, these old files aren't very well organised, Mrs. Groynes.
You're very keen, aren't you, dear?
Ah, here we are, the Aldersgate stick-up. I see. Gosh, and that was the exact line in the play. No wonder it jogged Mr. Cook's memory.
Oh, it's a good job some of us have got some brains. Cup of tea?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. G. The inspector said I could help in some small way, you see, so I'm just doing a little bit of research. I won a prize in Hendon for forensic observation, you know.
Yes, I do know, dear. You told us on your first day with practically your first breath. Honest, it's like having Sherlock Holmes in our very midst.
Does that worry you, Mrs. Groynes?
Me, dear? No, dear.
Can I ask, do you remember the Aldersgate stick-up?
Of course, dear. It's one of them unsolved cases that the inspector's so proud of. Now, I hope you're not going to solve it for him after all this time, dear. I warn you, he'll be very disappointed.
And then, just because this girl is making a rug, he goes berserk, starts chucking things about like a gorilla in a zoo and calling her an ant.
That's modern theatre, sir.
And she was going to have his child, and they weren't even married. Isn't there a law about that?
No, it's just a play, sir.
Brunswick, is there something different about your nose? Oh. Morning, Twitten.
Morning, sir.
You're excited?
I am, sir. Sir, I have reason to believe that I have made considerable progress in the case, sir.
I think you ought to know, Constable, that people have actually started calling you Clever Dick Twitten around the station, and I started it.
It doesn't bother me, sir.
Really? Well, carry on.
In the play, sir, you may remember that towards the end, Johnny mimics Ruby's bus conductor call. Any more for any more? It was at this juncture on Tuesday night that Mr. Cook's memory was jogged, sir. I expect you are asking yourself why.
Am I?
Going back through the records of the Aldersgate stick-up, I found that these exact words were uttered by the masked female bank robber after she had fired a warning shot and winged one of the security guards. Her exact words were, all right, you lot. All this standing around jawing won't put the art back on the walls of the National Gallery now, will it? Now, any more for any more. I think she was referring to the fact that during the war, National Gallery's priceless art collection was kept down coal mines in Wales for safety, sir.
Really?
On account of the bombs, sir.
Ah.
And at this point, you see, it had yet to be returned.
Doubtless.
So it was a topical wartime reference, sir.
Good heavens.
But the point is, Cook's memory was jogged when he heard those words again in the play. Any more for any more. And he remembered something he had heard at the station. Now,
I'm so sorry, dears. I was just about to dust in here.
Oh, carry on, Mrs. Groynes. Won't be long. Twitten thinks he's solved the case.
Oh, and he's worked very hard, he has, dear, so you be nice to him.
So, Twitten, you've established that Cook remembered something during the play. Now, how far did you get with the person sitting in the seat behind?
Well, it was a woman, sir. The original purchaser of the seat, D18, was a Mr. Hannington.
Anything to do with Hannington's department store? I posed as a hosiery assistant there once. I went by the name of Ian. Oh, no. Sorry, carry on.
Well, sir, by a lucky coincidence, the witness is connected with the store. The point is, sir, that at the time of the murder, he wasn't sitting in the seat that he had booked. A mysterious woman in a very distinctive white fur hat had approached him at the beginning of the evening and given him £5 to swap seats. She said she needed to sit near her so that she could hear.
Really? £5 to hear better? I'd have given £10 not to hear it at all.
I'm a clear
Mrs. Groynes, sorry, could you just...
I'm so sorry, dear, yes.
Thank you.
Now, he said that she was about 5 feet 4 inches in height, attractive, blonde, around 45 years old, had a nice face and a very distinctive voice, and was wearing, as I said, a white fur hat, which he actually recognised because it had been sold from Hannington's.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes.
Mrs. Groynes, you all right?
I'm so sorry. No, I'm done. I've
Right, carry on. Good. You know, good grief, Twitten, I feel quite strange. Can you feel it, Brunswick?
I can, sir.
Yeah, it's as if you're actually moving towards a solution to a crime. I don't think I've ever felt it before. It's quite exciting.
So, I went along to Hannington's, and they are searching their records now for the name of the woman who bought the hat. And I think it will turn out to be the stick-up woman, sir, who silenced him before he could tell me what he so strangely remembered was at the station yesterday morning. Doubtless his memory jogged by being with you again, sir.
Brunswick? What do you think of Twitten's work? It's pretty astonishing. And all without going undercover.
I'm very happy for him, sir.
I looked at all the threatening letters, sir, but I no longer think the murder was related to Mr. Cook's professional unpopularity, sir. Sergeant Brunswick, sir, has something happened to your nose?
Yeah. Well, all this standing around jawing won't clear up the recent catastrophic outbreak of myxomatosis in the rabbit population, will it, dear? I'm off, but, I nearly forgot, Inspector. This came for you.
Oh, what is it?
Well, I think it's a confession, dear, to the murder of that critic bloke. I'm too busy with my own doings to follow everything that goes on in here.
A confession?
Was it handed in by a woman in a fur hat?
Oh, it's from Ronnie the Nurk.
Oh, no.
What? Ronnie the Nurk again? He's only just out on bail for the headless body on the pier.
Well, Ronnie is a very bad boy, and a bit easily led, if you know what I mean. Sorry, dear.
What does it say, Inspector?
Yeah, it's all here, Twitten. I'm sorry. I done the critic. It was me acting alone. I am a fanatical, with 2 N's, devotee of the theatre, and I deplore the unfair things what A.S. Cook wrote in his newspaper about the clogs on the Batty stones. Someone had to put a stop to this vile man, and it was me. Signed, Ronnie the Nurk. Well, I'm stunned.
So am I, sir. I was so sure I was on the right track.
Poor Twitten, eh? Oh, this feels good, though, doesn't it? How's the banana split?
Oh, very good, sir.
There's nothing better than banging up Ronnie the Nurk again to make the world seem a safer place. I could bang him up every week, couldn't you?
I worked in here once.
Huh?
Washing up. I posed as Claudio from Milano. I had to dye all the hair on my arms.
I don't remember any operations in here, Brunswick.
Well, that was splendid, sir. Oh, poor Twitten, all that wasted work. Do you have an idea yet for your talk this week, sir?
Yes. I thought I'd talk about the Aldersgate stick-up and how the only surviving witness had now been murdered for his outspoken dramatic opinions, so the last link to the perpetrators had gone. I thought I'd emphasise the irony. Only I can't quite find any.
Oh, that's a shame, sir.
Yes. Oh. Isn't it nice here?
Oh, look!
What?
On the seafront, look, there's Mrs. Groynes with her grandson Dickie.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Groynes.
I don't think she's seen us, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes! Yoo-hoo!
Oh, what a lovely white fur hat. Oh, yes, she's seen you, sir. Look, she's waving.
Oh, yes.
A nice hat, Mrs. Groynes. Nice hat.
In Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss, Inspector Steine was played by Michael Fenton Stevens, Mrs. Groynes, Jan Ravens, Brunswick, John Ramm, Twitten, Matt Green, Cook, Alan Corduna, BBC announcer, David Holt, Johnny, Jason Hughes, and Ruby, Carolyn Backhouse. The music was by Anthony May. The producer was Karen Rose. It was a Sweet Talk production for BBC Radio 4.
Rien ne va plus. Watch the spinning wheel, ladies and gentlemen, and there it goes. There it goes. Round and round. Round and... oh, that's enough of that. Right, black 17. Now, let's see what we've got here. Okay. Now, black 19. Oh, close. Oh, that's very close, isn't it? Black 19. Oh, look. Don't tell anyone, but I really think that's close enough as to make no difference. Paying out on black 19. There we are. No. It's my pleasure. I mean, otherwise it's all so horribly dull winning this, isn't it?
Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss. Episode 3. Eyes down.
Ask most people what they remember of the 1950s and they will say, oh, I'll never forget crowding into Aunt Florrie's house to watch the coronation round a 4-inch screen television. And that's all they can remember about the whole flaming decade. And what a shame that is. I mean, the 1950s were really exciting. The stiletto heel, Crick and Watson, Christie, the end of rationing, lots of hangings of innocent people. What I remember myself, of course, is mainly Inspector Steine of the Brighton Constabulary. Partly because Inspector Steine of the Brighton Constabulary expected very much to be remembered.
Like many a working policeman, I am often required to examine the laws of probability. To ask myself, I say, just because Johnny Villam was in the vicinity of this crime doesn't mean he was involved in it, does it?
Law and the Little Man, his series of talks was called. It was on every Sunday.
You see, what a policeman so often has to ask himself is, what are the chances of coincidence? You can't arrest a person just for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, can you? The law would look very silly if you did that too often. So let me tell you a few facts about probability. Did you know, for example, that if just 4 people are in the same room, I think I got this right, there is 100% chance that they will all share the same birthday? But try it out on your immediate family, and I think you'll be amazed. Put 7 monkeys in a room with typewriters, and within a week, all of them will have typed out the Vagrancy Act of 1842, including the famous misprint in subsection 28, clause 13.
Oh, Sergeant Brunswick, you look a bit tired, dear.
I am, Mrs. Groynes.
Cup of tea, dear.
Cheers, Mrs. G.
You've been slaving away at that Black Cat casino all night, undercover again, I'll wager, or I'm not riding this rally racing bike up a 1 in 5 hill. I suppose you still haven't told the inspector.
I can't face it, Mrs. G. You know what he's like.
Well, he's going to guess sooner or later, dear, when you spend all day asleep at your desk with a long curly wig in your pocket and a stack of chips in your hand and only answer the name of Tony. What's it all in aid of, dear? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah.
I said, what's it all in aid of, dear? That's what I'd like to know.
Oh, that's nice of you, Mrs. Groynes, but you wouldn't be interested. And, of course, technically speaking, I shouldn't go...
Oh, that's all right, dear. I understand. I'm just a silly old child lady who never hurt a fly, dear.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes.
No, I understand. And let's face it, dear, all this sitting around jawing won't get England historically winning back the Ashes from the Australians after 20 years by a mere 8 wickets, will it?
I suppose not.
It won't get Crick and Watson's momentous discovery of deoxyribonucleic acid driven into the collective memory either, will it, eh? All this standing around jawing, in fact, is a complete waste of time.
Look, if I tell you, you won't go and...
Who am I going to tell, dear? Oh, and don't say anything to anybody. I saved you a dish of pink blancmange, dear.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes, thank you. Look, the reason I'm at the casino... Lovely Mrs. Groynes. Got a really thick skin and everything, look.
So, the reason you're at the casino...
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Oh. The reason I'm at the casino is that... Oh, what shall I do with this?
I'll take that, dear.
Right, the reason I'm at the casino is... I think it's the current whereabouts of a villain called Fat Victor.
Oh, my God.
Oops. Goulds. Anyway, he's back in Brighton.
My God.
According to my sources, he hit town in a maroon Lagonda last Wednesday. Are you all right, Mrs. Groynes?
Oh, me dear, I'm as right as reindeer. Fat who, did you say?
Victor.
Him what got sprung from Pentonville a month ago last Tuesday at 6 o'clock in the morning, where he was on remand and disappeared right off the face of the earth before any of his underworld enemies could get to him to rub him out?
That's him.
Him what held Brighton's crime world in his evil icy grip for 2 decades before the war, never letting the younger talent get a start, not even on the bent shooting galleries or the seafront photographer scans. Him who's been told in no uncertain terms never to show his face again in Brighton.
Yeah. Do you know him, Mrs. Groynes?
No, dear, I never heard of him. Another cup of tea, dear?
Oh, yes, please. Anyway, I'm sure he's back in Brighton, and I'm pretty sure he's being shielded at the Black Cat.
In your opinion, Sergeant Brunswick, this fat Victor, is he Brighton's mysterious Mr. Big?
Mrs. Groynes, I think he is.
So if you caught
We
him...
could pin everything on him, everything from the past 30 years.
I think it's time you had some help, dear.
Oh, here's Constable Twitten. Now, not a word about Fat Victor, Mrs. Groynes. Twitten can be very hurtful on the subject of my grasp of criminal structures of command.
Plus he's a right little clever dick, of course.
Well, that doesn't help, I agree. Twitten?
Sir, I've just found out that the bank next door...
Goulds?
Yes, sir. I've just found out that Goulds next door is going to be unguarded and extremely vulnerable this Sunday morning between 3 o'clock and past.
Oh, who told you this, Twitten?
I was told in the strictest confidence by the manager himself, sir. But I can't help worrying, sir. How do we keep such sensitive information within these 4 walls until the danger has passed? Oh, gosh. I see by your obvious fatigue and strange fake sideburns you're still going undercover at the Black Cat Casino. Any sign of Fat Victor yet, sir?
And another thing, you see, just in the one crime area in Brighton, we've noticed that every time there's a serious incident, the station charlady is spotted in the area, sometimes within about 50 yards. I mean, that's not within the laws of probability, is it? Not in a town of 100,000 people. And look at me. My father was a policeman, and now I'm a policeman. He was called Steine, and so am I. And not only that, we also have the same first name.
Oh, come in.
Sir?
Ah, Twitten. Clever Dick Twitten. How's the cleverness today?
Fairly robust, I think, sir.
Oh, good. Now, listen. A couple of things have come to my attention, Twitten. First, some long-haired ruffian is sleeping at Sergeant Brunswick's desk. I want you to find out who he is and what he's doing here.
That's Sergeant Brunswick, sir.
What?
He's been doing undercover work at the Black Cat Club.
Oh, not again. You do know he just likes dressing up. I do hope that thought has at some point occurred to you.
He's on the verge of nailing Fat Victor, sir, the most notorious villain Brighton ever produced. Though sadly not Brighton's current criminal mastermind, so the operation is largely pointless. Fat Victor is known for his thuggery, but not his cunning, sir. Whoever is currently masterminding operations in Brighton is far, far wilier than Fat Victor could ever be, and is probably, at my own educated guess, not even fat.
I see. Fat who, did you say?
Victor, sir.
Yeah, well, be that as it may. The other thing is this, and it's very serious, young man, so I'm not going to beat about the bush. I'll come straight to it. Cards on the table. I hear you've been criticising the station's integrity, Twitten.
Me, sir? Never, sir.
I may have mentioned that no one likes a clever Dick, Twitten.
More than once, sir.
So, what's all this about Goulds next door?
Oh, I see, sir. It's just that I've noticed a pattern, sir. It's quite amusing in a way. I've noticed that whenever we hear, in complete professional confidence, that there's a flaw in someone's security, sir, their premises are somehow infallibly targeted by villains unknown. So, when I discovered that Gould's Bank next door will be without security this weekend, sir, I just happened to aver...
Oh, yes. What did you just happen to aver, Twitten?
I just happened to aver... well, that it's now more or less guaranteed to be knocked over.
I don't like this, Twitten.
No, sir, but are you saying that the tobacconist in St. Peter's Place wasn't raided during the 15 minutes in 25 years that it was vulnerable, sir?
I'm saying that if it was Twitten, it was a coincidence.
No one knew but us, sir.
Exactly my point.
Cup of tea, Inspector?
Oh, thank you. So, what's the problem with Gould's, Twitten? Oh, Garibaldi's.
Well, men are coming to remove the alarm system and are due to finish by 3 a.m. The people who are installing the new one will not arrive until at least 3:30.
Really?
It's serious, sir. Due to delays on the London road yesterday, Gould's will be holding the entire payroll for the Gatwick operation. Something like £100,000 in untraceable notes and coins.
Yes.
And what's more, sir, they are leaving the side door unlocked so that anyone can walk in.
Fairy cake, Inspector.
Oh, thank you, lovely.
Sir, I would like to suggest that we personally guard Gould's Bank on Saturday night, sir.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Can I help you?
Well, it's me, sir.
Oh, Brunswick. No, I didn't, Oh, anyway, good job you're here. Now, I never thought I'd say this, but what are you doing on Saturday night? I mean, largely pointlessly undercover-wise.
Well, I'll be at the Black Cat, sir, establishing that it's the current whereabouts of a villain called Fat Victor. Well, don't tell me you're actually interested, sir.
How far is the Fat Cat from Gould's Bank?
It's nowhere near it, sir.
And will this operation take all night?
Probably, sir.
In that case, we're all going.
What?
Well, not Mrs. Groynes, obviously.
Oh, won't that be nice? Bit of company for the sergeant for once.
That's right, we're all going. You, me, Twitten.
Sir, but what about the bank?
No, I've made up my mind. I've never been to a casino, Brunswick.
Oh, no.
But, sir...
Oh, Twitten in mufti. It's almost unimaginable.
Right, so, you want another card?
That's right, sir, when I say twist.
You've got 3 there already.
Yeah, I know that, sir, but they only add up to 14.
Right, of course. And that's,
so I want another one because I want to be as close to 21 as possible without going over 21.
No, you see, I don't go along with you there, Brunswick. I mean, wouldn't that be pushing your luck?
Oh.
I mean, the next card might be a 6 or a 7, but it might equally be a 9 or a 10. Do you follow? I mean, as a croupier, surely it's incumbent on me to point out that sort of unacceptable risk.
Look, let me explain again about going undercover, sir.
Take that tone with me, Brunswick.
It's Tony, sir. I'm Tony, and you're Geraldo.
Yeah, that's another thing. Do I look like a Geraldo? Oh, thank goodness, here's Twitten with the ice creams.
We played Happy Families at school, sir, so I think I have the basic idea. Besides, I'm not supposed to be any good at gambling, am I? What role did you say I was playing? The Patty?
The Pasty.
The Patsy! Look, please don't take this the wrong way, but I think I might be better off on my own. Why don't you two stay behind and guard Gould's?
Because there is no reason to do that, Sergeant.
It's at the bank robbery.
I wasn't speaking to you, Twitten.
But going undercover, sir, I don't understand. You've always been so dead set against it.
And look, we have to take Twitten's mind off that blasted bank. That's one thing. And I believe you said that if we catch Fat Victor, we can pin virtually every Brighton crime on him from the past 30 years?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well then, plenty of reason there, I'd say, for me suddenly deciding out of the blue, after all these years, to go undercover.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what Mrs. Groynes said to me this afternoon, Brunswick?
What, sir?
A bit mysterious and curiously hurtful.
Well, you needn't tell me.
I was just asking myself whether this undercover thing was the right course of action, and, well, you know Mrs. Groynes, what she's like, good-hearted, loyal.
Makes jolly good cups of tea.
Makes excellent cups of tea, yeah. A bit like a cheerful Cockney charlady in a film, I always think.
You're right, sir.
Anyway, she said that possibly the reason I don't want you to operate alone undercover to catch a notorious Brighton villain is not that I fear for your safety or have philosophical objections, is that I'm afraid you will succeed. I mean, does that make any sense to you?
Oh, I think I
wasn't asking you, Twitten, I was asking Tony here. It makes no sense at all, does it, Tony?
Yeah. So, how long you been doing this then, mates? This underworld bodyguard bouncer lark? Not that there's any harm in it. They can't get you for it, eh? Them rozzers, them peelers, eh? Them gendarmes.
Don't half talk a lot of pongos.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was just thinking, though...
Oh, come, Bennett, I'll do you in a minute.
No, I was just thinking... That last bloke who went in a minute ago, he reminded me a bit of Fat Victor. But isn't he, you know, in the slammer? Up the pokey, round the houses, down the clink.
I'll take another card, sir.
Are you sure? You've already bet £75 on this, Twitten.
I got it from petty cash, sir.
Oh, well, fair enough. You ready?
Yes, sir.
It just occurs to me, Twitten.
What, sir?
Perhaps you shouldn't be calling me sir all the time. What do you think?
Gosh, sir, you may be right. I'll have another card, if you please.
Oh, very good, Twitten.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And here it is.
Oh!
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, look, 8 of diamonds, you see? Making 24. Oh, dear. Do you know that's been happening all evening? People who play this are insane, Twitten. I haven't paid out once in 4 hours. I had one man in tears.
How did you get on with the roulette, sir? I felt you had more of a natural aptitude for that.
Thank you, Twitten, but they took me off it. I don't know why. I only bent the rules a tiny bit, give the poor idiot gambler more of a sporting chance.
Sergeant Brunswick is approaching, sir.
Oh.
And it's coming up at 3 a.m. It's time we, did the thing as planned.
Right, yes. Rien ne va plus, eyes down, housey. Where is he?
Behind you.
Ready, sir.
Sir, you're supposed to hit me.
I know.
Then Sergeant Brunswick can spring into action and march us to the office, and we can fling off our disguises and arrest Fat Victor.
I know. All right.
Quickly, sir.
I'd just like you to know I was never very comfortable with this part of the plan, Twitten.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Excuse me, sir, but I won't take that kind of smutty talk even from a boy from Lancing College. I am a family man despite my exotic gigolo-type name. Take that! Oh, my God, Twitten, I'm so sorry.
What's going on here?
He hit me. He really hit me.
God, I'm so sorry. Do something.
I'm very sorry, sir. What a terrible thing to happen. I can quite understand why you're demanding to see the manager immediately.
Oh, yes, you're right. That's right. I demand to see the manager.
Oh, yes.
What's up, Tom?
Oh, no, everything's under control. Thank you. This new croupier has assaulted one of the patrons. Highly regrettable, of course, but I'm sure the manager can smooth things out. So if you'll just point the way to the office. Oh, this way, is it? Right, thank you.
Oh, that really hurt my hand.
Right. Down here.
Hold on, mate.
What?
Your shoelace is undone.
Oh, is it? What'd you do that for, mate?
You think I'm thick or something? He ain't no croupier, son.
Isn't he? I mean, ain't he?
Nah, he's a copper's son. And so are you. And so's his little toffee nose bleeder and all.
It was 3 o'clock when they bundled us with disproportionate roughness, I might add, into Fat Victor's office.
Oh, careful. Oh. Actually, it is quite nice to sit down, though, isn't it? Is this all part of the plan, Brunswick?
Elsewhere in Brighton, all was peaceful, except at Gould's, where precisely on the stroke of 3...
Right. All right, boys. The coast's clear.
Unfortunately, in our detailed planning of the night's operation, the inspector and I had never fully discussed what we were to do in the eventuality of our being discovered.
Right, got the sacks?
Yeah, I've got it.
We've got 28 minutes.
That bank manager's going to get the sack in a minute.
Oi, Jimmy, this way.
Things were not looking good at all. As we sat tied to the chairs, one of Fat Victor's men started to mix concrete in the corner, while another was collecting buckets and taking our shoes off. And it was really awful.
Got a preference of beer, gents, for being chucked off to your watery grave.
Look, I need to know, are you serious? The thing is, I'm expected at the BBC in 10 hours' time.
Don't mix that too wet, son. We've got to get him in the briny by 4:30.
Brunswick, this man appears to be serious.
I'd like to suggest, sir, that Constable Twitten be the one to choose which pier. I think that would be the least we could do when none of this was his idea, sir.
Well, it's his fault we're here.
Oh, sir, that's not fair, sir.
Well, either way, He's only 22, sir.
What, you mean we're actually going to die?
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on. You don't have a plan?
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
I think, on balance, I prefer the West Pier.
Good choice, son. Fewer people about. Now, we'll just take off the police boots. Bit of a giveaway, these, if you don't mind me mentioning it. That's right. And now just stand up in this bucket.
Oh dear.
Twitten?
I'm all right, sir.
Look, you do know this young man is a policeman, and killing him is a highly serious offence. I don't know if any of you have actually seen the Blue Lamp.
Sir, if this is really the end of my career, sir, the end of my life, I'd just like to say that my 4 months in the police service have been spiffing, sir. Absolutely spiffing. This concrete is already beginning to set.
This is all my fault.
Don't think that way, sir.
You're so young.
Oh, no.
Listen, Mush. If we wanted to cry, we'd go and see National Velvet. Take this one out.
Twitten.
Goodbye, sir. Shame about the bank robbery.
What?
Just think, that Victor will probably get the blame for that as well as for killing us.
Oh, my word.
What's he on about? All right, come on, Tony. Hop in. Oh, lovely. Now, Geraldo, whatever your name is, your turn.
Yes. All right. So, this is the end. Good heavens. I'd always imagined, I don't know, a bath chair and a view of the sea. Gulls wheeling. It is all a bit ironic. Twitten's right.
Nice socks, mate.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think you should explain the irony to our friend here, sir. The irony of the bank robbery taking place at this very minute.
Oh, I don't think it'll be worth it, do you?
It might be worth a try, sir.
Well, I suppose it is ironic that here we are, Fat Victor's alibi, and he's going to kill us and get the job pinned on him.
I, for one, find that very ironic, sir.
Well, so do I, but I don't think this chap will be interested, would he?
What bank robbery's that, then?
Oh, well, look, it's probably nothing. There's a bank raid at Gould's next to the police station between 3 and 3:30. Enormous amounts of money involved. It's got Fat Victor's name all over it.
What?
Well, to be honest, I kept saying, no, Mr. Clever Dick Twitten, the odds are against it. Why should it always be the case that when it comes to our attention that some premises are unguarded for a period of 30 minutes, they're automatically robbed? Oh, dear. I'll bet you anything you like that there's a robbery happening there this minute. In the morning, there'll be an empty vault and 3 missing police officers who've gone to their deaths, knowing only that Fat Victor wasn't involved because he was here, now, at the time of the crime, having us murdered. Isn't that right, Sergeant?
Poor Fat Victor.
No, I wouldn't go that far, Brunswick. He's a notoriously vicious villain, by all accounts. Well, here we go, then. Oh, that's cold. Oh, Brunswick. That's quite nice, in a way.
Well, I feel terrible, sir.
Really? Well, that's quite a small bucket, you see. You're probably on tiptoe in there.
What I meant was, I feel terrible for Fat Victor, gaining 3 murders and losing an alibi while a rival gang gets away with all the loot. That's the sort of thing it's pretty hard to live down when you're a master criminal.
I've always supposed that they did this concreting thing nearer to the murder scene, but you live and learn. Or perhaps you don't. What's up with this chap? Why does he keep... What's that about?
Wait here. I've got to see Fat Victor.
Sir, that was brilliant.
Was it?
You may have saved our lives, sir.
Really? Well, I don't know how. What does he mean, wait here?
Never were 3 police officers happier to confirm that a bank situated right next door to the station had been efficiently cleaned out between 3 and 1:30 on a Sunday morning, when they A, had good reason to expect a crime, and B, were deliberately elsewhere on a wild goose chase getting threatened with imminent extermination. Fat Victor let us live, you see. While his men obligingly knocked the concrete off, it emerged that, luckily for us, if there was one thing he hated more than an undercover copper, it was getting the blame for every crime done in Brighton since 1938. "You want to get the real Mr. Big," he kept saying, "and also you want to look closer to home." But, unfortunately, that was all he was prepared to say.
Morning, Mrs. Groynes.
Oh, Constable Twitten, you do look tired, dear. How did the undercover operation go? Did you get that, what's his name, dear? Whatever his name is, whose name escapes me. Is that a black eye? Oh, well, I never did.
It was an eventful weekend, Mrs. Groynes.
Oh, cup of tea, dear.
Yes, please.
Couple of slices. Macaroon. Oh, you have been in the wars, dear.
There are some awful people in the world, Mrs. Groynes.
No, there aren't, dear. No, not really.
Highly commendable, Brunswick. Heads or tails? OK. Oh, morning. Morning, Mrs. Groynes.
Morning.
Twitten. What's wrong with Twitten?
Pull yourself together, lad.
Yes, sir.
You seem in a good mood, Inspector. Did your broadcast go well, dear?
Very well, thank you. It was mainly about probability in the world of policing. It was quite technical, but I like to think enlivened by dramatic examples, general truths, and the odd spot of knock-em-dead humour. I mean, look, just for the sake of argument, when's your birthday, Sergeant?
April the 1st, sir.
Really? I didn't know that. Why didn't I know that? Oh, well, look, I think we're about to see something rather remarkable. My own birthday is February the 14th. Now, Twitten?
October the 3rd, sir.
Mrs. Groynes?
September the 12th, dear.
Yeah, all right, we'll try something else. Mrs. Groynes?
Yes, dear?
Tell us, just for the sake of argument, where you would have found yourself on Sunday morning between 3 and 3:30.
3 1/2 past. 3 1/2 past? I wasn't 50 yards from this station, Inspector.
Oh, you see, Brunswick, you see? It's the same thing every time. What are the odds against that?
In episode 3 of Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss, Inspector Steine was played by Michael Fenton Stevens. Mrs. Groynes, Jan Ravens. Brunswick, John Ramm. Twitten, Matt Green. Bouncer, Michael Roberts. Music was by Anthony May. The producer was Karen Rose. Inspector Steine was a Sweet Talk production for BBC Radio 4.
You can hear them sigh and wish to die. You can see them wink the other eye at the man who broke the bank at Monte Carlo.
Ah, Punch and Judy. Can there be a more innocent entertainment, Brunswick? Well, sir...
That's the way to do it. Ow! Stop it, Mr. Punch! You're crazy! You're doing me in, mate! You're a big-nosed bully, mate! I like you! Shut up! You women only said.
Oh, look, Brunswick. Judy's just been bludgeoned to death. Oh, there goes the baby. Oh, sometimes I'm very, very proud to be British.
Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss. Episode 4. That's the way to do it.
Inspector Steine loved Brighton in the 1950s. Brighton had made him famous, of course, but he loved the town for the light, the sea, the humbug shops, the waft of frying fish, the happy shrieking of the kiddies on the beach, and most of all, for the limitless supply of ice cream.
Breathe that air, Brunswick. But 6pence a pint.
In short, he liked everything about Brighton except the criminal element. So he cast them, in his mind, as innocent characters for possible inclusion in one of his talks on the wireless.
Oh, dear. Look, Brunswick, look.
As we walked along the seafront, I would spot Tony the Pimp conversing animatedly with Five Ways Charlie, both of them well aware of the telltale bulge in Tony's jacket pocket, and the inspector would say...
Oh, like something from a Donald McGill postcard, those two, Brunswick.
Sometimes I thought it was a curse to be able to see the everyday criminal reality of Brighton quite so clearly. To be honest, it had started to make me incredibly depressed.
Oh, did I tell you the Brighton Evening Argus has asked me to judge the Knickerbocker Glory competition this year, Sergeant?
Oh, that's an honour, sir. Oh, could you hold on a moment?
Irene! Irene, I saw that! I love you, Preston!
Sorry, sir. What was it? Knickerbocker Glories?
What's wrong with you, Brunswick?
Oh, I don't know, sir. I suppose I'm still feeling the effects of last weekend.
What, you mean our courageous undercover operation at the casino that went wildly wrong and nearly led to the ultimate professional sacrifice of 3 policemen?
That is the main thing I remember about last weekend, sir, if I'm honest.
Well, I suppose it does take a special sort of person to recover as quickly as I did from being forced to stand in a bucket of concrete facing your own imminent murder while a daring bank robbery is taking place elsewhere.
Oh...
You don't mean you're afflicted with some sort of psychological wound or something?
Oh, no, sir, of course not, sir. I mean that I've still got bits of concrete stuck to the soles of my feet.
Oh.
Well, you just deal with it, Five Ways. If Vince won't see sense, use the other thing. Honestly, if you want something done properly round here, you've got to do it yourself. Oh, got to go.
Morning, Mrs. Groynes. Did I interrupt something?
Morning, Constable Twitten. Interrupt something? Oh, no, dear, whatever gave you that idea. Oh, is that today's sketch, dear? Oh, I see Britain has signed an agreement aimed at granting Malaya independence by August 1957, then. Well, not before time, I say. Shall we celebrate with a nice cup of tea?
Oh, yes, please.
How are you feeling after your ordeal of last weekend, then?
Oh, never better, Mrs. G. I've got a new whistle and it's really cheered me up.
Oh, my gold! Oh, my good gold!
Would you like to hear it again?
Of course, dear. But how about I give you a signal? How's that?
Oh, all right.
Ready, dear? The thing is, dear, it could be any second, it could be in a couple of weeks. It could be never. You'll just have to wait and see.
You don't like the whistle, do you, Mrs. Groynes?
No, dear. So how about you put it away and we'll say no more about it. Besides, dear, your whistle may have cheered you up all right, and of course I'm all over smiles myself about the news about Malayan independence, but between you, me and that tea cosy, the sergeant seems to have taken the events of last weekend quite badly. Has he said anything to you, dear?
Well, he did say he was experiencing a little difficulty removing the last of the concrete.
Well, he told me he was thinking of chucking it.
No.
That's right, jacking it in.
Oh, no.
So I was thinking, you know what would cheer him up, dear?
What?
You know that Punch and Judy man, ventriloquist Vince?
Oh, I don't think Punch and Judy would cheer the sergeant up, Mrs. G. We've watched it together a few times, and he's always really disturbed by the way Punch gets away with murder, and how all the children laugh at the uselessness of the policeman.
No, I didn't mean that. It's Vince's new pitch, dear, by the bandstand. Been there since Sunday. I happen to know that, because last Sunday morning I was just passing, and I thought, what the hell is he doing there? He can't go and do that. Well, you ask the sergeant, but I think I'm right in saying that Vince is contravening Section 12, Paragraph 4 of the 1908 Safety on the Public Footpath Act.
Really? What was that again? I'll make a note.
Section 12, Paragraph 4, 1908 Public Footpath Act. Look at me, dear. What do I know?
Gosh, thank you, Mrs. Groynes. And his name's ventriloquist Vince. That's interesting. Does he need to be a ventriloquist to do Punch and Judy? Isn't he out of sight?
Oh, people just call him that to get his goat, dear. He's got no talent of any kind, except perhaps for threatening behaviour. He couldn't throw his voice further than I could throw the Royal Pavilion.
So, what's the story, Twitten?
It's jolly intriguing, sir. The Punch and Judy man moved to his new pitch last Sunday, sir.
Near the bandstand, sir. It's one of his regular spots. You can't help wondering sometimes, can you? How people have the strength to carry on, I mean, and it's also completely pointless.
Yeah. Evidently, ventriloquist Vince likes this particular spot because his sweetheart Maisie sells rubber rings and bottles of pop and little plastic windmills on sticks from one of the booths along there, and he likes to keep an eye on her.
Is all this detail relevant, Twitten?
I don't know, sir. But it's jolly colourful, isn't it, sir?
It's pointless, that's what it is, pointless.
Anyway, I just popped along to tell him he might need to move his pitch because he might be in contravention of the Safety on the Public Footpath Act, and he nearly bit my head off.
Oh.
He said that all week he'd been getting threats from an unknown person, sir, telling him to move.
Threats?
Yes, sir. I think it's jolly intriguing, sir.
Yes, certainly is, but in only one particular. Why doesn't he just move?
Oh, ventriloquist Vince is a very stubborn man, sir, and apparently quite quick-tempered. I think it's partly because he's not really a ventriloquist, and everyone assumes he is because of the name, sir. Everyone's scared of him, sir.
Oh, look, and here he comes now.
He's coming here?
Oh, yes, I told him to meet us here. Mr. Vince, over here.
He can't see you, Twitten.
Hello, Mr. Vince. Oh, I know.
What the... Twitten, will you stop that?
Over here.
Twitten, stop!
Oh, sorry, sir. This is Vince, sir.
You tell him yet?
Oh, yes, I've explained to the, inspector.
I'm not to move in that sight, mate, and that's what. You can chop me in the bits. You can build me into flyover. I gotta keep an eye on my girl, see. She do, my nut. She make me crazy. It's some boyfriend of hers, I know it. Some teddy boy with a quiff want me out of the way. But he don't dare come and see me because I knock his bloody block off. What are you grinning at, horseface?
Oh, me? Nothing. Twitten... Did you catch any of that?
I think I mentioned that Vince's girl is Maisie. And I'm wondering, Sergeant Brunswick, whether that would be the same Maisie that you recently took out on a date. Remember, to get her drunk on vintage port and Tizer and pub her for information.
Oh, sadly, it probably wasn't, no. Must have been some other Maisie, Vince. Women, eh? Trust them to be all called Maisie.
Blast, because she sounded like the same girl, you see. Buck teeth, hairband, ankle socks.
Yes, but not the same girl. The Maisie I went out with didn't have a large, irascible, insanely jealous boyfriend, you see.
Mr. Vince, does your Maisie drink port and Tizer?
Yes, she does.
Vince, I don't think you've met the inspector properly. He's, currently judging the Knickerbocker Glory competition for the Argus.
Good luck.
Oh, you're right. It's not by any means as easy as it sounds. You'd think you'd be judging like with like, but oh no. No, some of them don't have glacé cherries, some have just one wafer, some have, shorter spoon.
Now, Vince, how many suspects are we looking at here? Has Maisie got many other boyfriends?
Half a Brighton, no, my Maisie. She's a very bad girl, but, you know, she drive me crazy. All those teeth. Oh, those shorty socks.
The sergeant liked the hairband.
Oh, the hairband.
And so you put up that tent of yours?
It's called a booth, mate.
Of course, you put up your booth last Sunday and you immediately started getting threats when you've never had threats before.
You're right, it make no bloody sense.
Look, Mr. Vince, I don't really think this is a police matter.
Well, I do, sir.
I beg your pardon, Brunswick.
Sorry, sir, but this is quite suspicious.
Listen, you sort him out, this bloke. I'll buy you a bottle of beer in the Brown Bear, how's that?
I bet you couldn't say that without moving your lips, eh?
No, you couldn't! By the way...
Yes?
You know what happened to the last fella judged the Knickerbocker Glory?
No.
No, I don't expect you do.
I'll never forget what my first chief inspector said to me when I was a raw recruit in the early 1920s. He said there are two sorts of people in this world, Steine. First, people who admit they are liars, and second, people who lie even about that. Now, I found this a harsh judgment then, and I still find it an unhelpful and pessimistic attitude for a police officer to entertain. Rather playfully, I asked him in which category he would place himself, and you know, I was on the beat for 18 years, before he finally died from a direct hit from a doodlebug, and I was allowed to come indoors.
Come in. Ah, Brunswick. Yes.
You want to see me, sir?
Yes, take a seat. Take a seat. Look, comfy? Good. It's come to my attention, Sergeant. It's come to my attention that you're not
quite your usual lively self.
It's the villains, sir.
Quite, yes. I think the word was...
Pointless, sir.
Pointless, yes, that's it, yes.
They're everywhere, sir.
So I hear. Oh, dear.
It's hopeless, sir. A losing battle.
Yes. Anything wrong at home?
Oh, no, sir, nothing like that.
Oh, good, that's good. Excellent. Well, yes, it's quite all right, Brunswick. My door is always open. Metaphorically, of course. I mean, usually it's closed, but metaphorically it's sort of ajar at least. Look. Far be it from me, but look, just, cheer up, old chap. That's probably the answer. In fact, I'm sure it is.
Good idea, sir. Cheer up.
Yes. No, off you go, then. Off you go. I'm sure Mrs. Groynes will make you a lovely cup of tea. Oh, well done.
You've got any more of that camp coffee, Twitten?
Yes, sir. I think there's a tiny drop left.
We'll pour it away, son. It's disgusting.
What do you think will happen here tonight, sir? I mean, it's jolly exciting keeping watch in a Punch and Judy tent, or even booth, on a deserted beach in the middle of the night, sir. I'm not complaining.
Shh. Oh, no, it's nothing. Or a seagull with hobnails. Story of my life.
Sir, if you don't mind my saying so, you seem a bit low recently.
No, and you won a medal for forensic observation at Hendon. Oh. Look, do you like the seaside, Twitten?
Well, yes, sir. I think we're very lucky to work in a place that other people choose for their holidays. And I never tire of watching that chap in the sweet shop window twisting the stuff that makes the humbugs.
You see, that's the difference. I've been working here now for nearly 10 years, and I've never felt the way the inspector does. He sees frolicking in sandcastles. I see corruption, cynicism, and crowds of very, very bad people doing very, very bad things whenever they spot the chance. The smell of the weed, it's the smell of death. The sound of the fairground rides, the music of misery, the taste of humbugs, the taste of everlasting despair.
I hope you don't mind my asking, sir, but, well, did anything horrible ever happen to you at the seaside?
Horrible? Don't think so.
Well, because sometimes there can be an association with a bad memory. At least that's what I learned from my readings in psychology, sir.
Oh, yeah.
No, do try to think, sir. It could be the smallest thing. Perhaps stumbling across a dead seagull on a day when you were happy, or being punished for a dropped stick of rock.
Well, my dad died on the beach at Bognor. That was a bit horrible, I suppose.
What? When?
Well, this would have been in 1925, I suppose, so I would have been 10. Happy days, Constable. We were all mucking about on the beach, and my brother and I buried Dad up to the neck in sand. You know how kids do. And he had this heart attack, you see.
Oh, dear.
Well, he'd never been well after the trenches, you see, but we thought he was joking. So we poured water on his head and planted a Union Jack on his chest and erected a windbreak to prevent anyone seeing him and ran off to the rock pool. Well, we were only kids, you see. We didn't know. I'll never forget. Afterwards, there was Mum in an orange hat waving a little spade at us, sobbing, "You killed him! You killed him!" Oh, that put the kibosh on that holiday, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
She had us put in her home after that. We can't blame her, really. But I don't remember dropping a stick of rock.
Golly, sir, what a terrible story.
And then, well, I suppose it's the same sort of thing, come to think of it. This would have been in 1933, in Worthing. My first girlfriend, Alice, had this rare allergy to candy floss, and nobody knew. And I made her have 4 lots on Worthing Pier, so she passed out.
Oh, no.
Yes, and she fell right out of the steam swing onto her head and lost her memory, so we never got married, and now she's a sort of vegetable. And all the while, the carousel was going round and round and round and round, playing "Oh, I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside."
Oh, crikey, sir.
Yeah, no dead seagulls, though.
So you really don't have to tell me all this.
Oh, and my first sexual experience.
Oh, no.
In 1935, was
No,
in
you
with the
don't-
donkeys behind the bumper cars at Shanklin on
Please.
a wonderful warm summer night.
Please, sir.
And it turned out that while I was having it, the girl's mum was drowning herself on the beach. But I don't see that's any reason not to like the seaside.
Even in the police force, there is no need to become cynical about human nature. I suppose I am particularly fortunate in that my father, having been a chief superintendent in the City of London, I grew up at the station house in the company of fine, honest coppers who would tell tales of, well, of escorting drunks to neighbouring jurisdictions and then coming back an hour later to find that the drunk had been escorted back into the Metropolitan Police area by a member of the neighbouring constabulary. Imagine the innocent fun in all this. You escort him out, someone else escorts him back. In the course of a night, the drunk would be sobered up by all the walking.
Shh! This could be them.
Who's them, sir? Maisie's suitors?
No, Twitten the bank robbers.
What?
Oh, I've been looking forward to this. Get your torch ready, Twitten. Right.
Who's there? Police! Police! You're outnumbered! Get him! Quick, police! Police!
I've got him, sir! I've got him! Quick, shine the torch!
Don't let go, Twitten!
Oh, quirky!
Get off me!
This is a woman, sir!
I'm warning you! Ah!
Gosh, it's Mrs. Groynes, sir!
What?
Let go, sir, it's Mrs. Groynes!
Oh, no! Oh, no! Why is it all so pointless? Oh, God! Oh, Mrs. Groynes!
Sergeant?
Oh, flippin' heck! Why did it have to be you?
Well, blimey, strike me pink, God help us. Help me up then, dear.
Here you are, Mrs. G.
Oh, well, this is a bit rum, dear, or I'm not playing this tom-tom and smoking this peace pipe.
Let her go, Twitten, and don't follow me. Don't follow me.
Yes, sir. Sorry, Mrs. Groynes. Are you all right, sir?
God, I hate Brighton!
What's going on, dear? What's wrong with the sergeant all of a sudden?
I think he's annoyed because we were expecting a dangerous villain, and then you turned up instead.
Oh, give over? What would a dangerous villain be doing down here at this time of night?
Either leaving a threat for ventriloquist Vince or digging a big hole, or probably both. Digging a big hole and then leaving a threat to Vince not to say anything about it.
You've lost me, dear.
And me?
Really, dear? And you such a notorious clever dick? Well, it was a first time for everything.
Look, this isn't something you need to get involved in, Mrs. G. Better get yourself home. Let's just hope all this commotion hasn't scared off the real bloke.
Well, I hate to say it, but I don't suppose the real bloke is likely to turn up now, is he? The constable did blow his whistle very loudly.
He did, didn't he?
I'd confiscate it if I were you. Oh, well, toodaloo.
Oh, do you need that shovel, Mrs. Groynes?
Shovel, dear? Oh, this. No, dear. I can't think why I brought it.
So, let's see. Oof.
Ow!
Well, all this standing around jawing won't get the passenger hovercraft as invented by Christopher Cockrell into viable commercial production, will it? I'll be off then. See you in the morning, dears.
Good night, Mrs. Groynes.
I'm ever so sorry it was me, dear.
Oh, that's all right. Good night.
Oh, you must have dropped this half-brick with a note tied round it, Mrs. Groynes, in the struggle.
Oh, thank you, dear. Honest, I'd forget me own head if it wasn't attached with rick-rack. Cheery byes.
She's a character, isn't she, sir?
She is, yes. Now, help me move this Punch and Judy booth. If there's no chance now of finding out who's behind all this, at least we can find out what they've buried here.
Well, where is it?
So he get home, right? All the heads off his gnomes been already knocked off. His wife, she's screaming, kid is under stair. It's a bloodbath, mate. Though not blood exactly, bits of painted garden ornament, but still a right ruddy mess, mate.
Good heavens. And all for...
You're right. All for giving second prize Knickerbocker Glory Metropole Pete. Ice cream people know soft, Inspector. They're animals. You know, Scoop.
What, the ice cream scoop?
You know why it's that size? That exact size and shape and handle and everything?
No.
Scoop your eye out, mate.
Oh, stop. Oh,
Look, how is he now, the poor chap?
Oh, he got twitch. He don't say much. Don't say raspberry ripple much, mate. Don't say okey pokey. Show him tin Del Monte fruit salad. He'd fall down, curl up like dead.
Oh, sir! Oh, good morning, sir. You all right, sir? Oh, of course, yes. I'm very well, thank you, Sergeant. You seem a bit more cheerful this morning, Brunswick.
I am, sir. Bring it in, Twitten.
Yes, sir.
I expect you're wondering what's in that sack, sir.
Well, if you say so.
It's the haul, sir.
What?
It's the haul from last Saturday night's raid on Gould's Bank. The robbers must have buried it under the stones behind the bandstand, and then when they came back to dig it up, they found Vincent put up his Punch and Judy right on top of it.
Hence all the efforts to get you to move, you see, Mr. Vince. Nothing to do with a rival for Maisie at all. They needed to get to the buried treasure.
You mean I've been standing on top of that for a week? Blimey, Riley.
Quite. I mean, you've really recovered the money?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm astonished. Did you guess this, Brunswick? It wasn't an accident.
I just put two and two together, sir. It was the fact that Vince didn't pitch the tent till last Sunday that made me think of the loot from the robbery, sir.
Oh, that's terribly clever.
Thank you, sir.
Really smart.
Well...
No, I wish I had a mind that worked like that. I mean, didn't I actually tell you it wasn't a police matter, Vince?
I was on the wrong lines too, sir, if that's any consolation.
Which it isn't, thank you, Twitten, but thank you all the same. Anyway, well done, Brunswick.
Morning, dear. Oh, what you got there, Sergeant Brunswick? Did you find what you were looking for on the beach?
Mrs. Groynes happened to come along last night when we were staking out the tent, sir.
That's a booth, mate.
I meant the booth, sir.
Oh, so what was there? The crown jewels?
Look, Mrs. Groynes.
Oh, blimey.
Of course, we don't know who buried it there.
Well, you can't have everything.
Oh, a celebration is in order, I think.
To Luigi's for ice cream, sir.
Oh, well, I'll just consult Vince. Luigi's, good idea. I mean, I was thinking of placing him third. Would he take that badly, do you think?
Luigi. Luigi. They don't call him Two-Scoop Luigi for nothing.
Oh.
Ha! You like this? Wait. I do the Punch and Judy.
Oh.
This him, right? And this, you. Right.
This one's him, yes?
That's the way to do it. Ratbag, policeman, dodgy taste buds, horse face.
Oh dear.
And this is you.
No, please, don't bother.
I no see. My ratbag policeman life fall over. Help!
Somebody help him!
So, to sum up, if anything, I take the opposite view from my cynical old chief inspectors. Some people tell the truth. The rest may try to lie, but they never ultimately get away with it. And if they do get away with it, they are ultimately very unhappy people. And if they're not unhappy, they jolly well ought to be, because it is the job of humanity to aspire to truth. As the poet Donne put it so well, on a huge hill, cragged and steep, truth stands, and he that will reach her about must, and about must go. And what the hill's suddenness resists, wins so. Hang on, and what the hill's suddenness resists, win. So... Good night.
Aren't you going to, Sergeant?
Trying to get rid of me, Mrs. Groynes.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it, dear. Oh, I see from the Constable's daily sketch that Kim Philby has made it plain in a public statement that he isn't the third man. Well, that's a relief, I must say.
I'll be off in a minute. I just want to... Just look at this cash, Mrs. G.
You seem happy, dear.
Yes.
Well, that's nice. Do you mind if I hold some for a minute? Oh, isn't that lovely? Makes you want to stroke it like a cat.
It's not just the money, you see, Mrs. Groynes. This means more than that to me.
I know, dear. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to hand it back.
I was beginning to get discouraged about being a policeman in this town, Mrs. G.
I know, dear. We've been worried about you.
I was thinking of jacking it in.
I know. Cup of tea?
It's the villains, you see.
Oh, you and your villains. Look at you. It's the villains.
But the villains always seem to be one step ahead.
Oh, but here's my point, dear. How can they be cleverer than you, eh? It don't make sense now, does it? Oh, come on, dear. Come on, they'll be waiting for you in the canteen. And there's pink blancmange. I'll check specially.
Oh, thank you.
There.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, think nothing of it, dear, as the communist spy said to the gullible MP. You off now, dear?
Oh, I think I will. Oh, I forgot. Your shovel.
Oh, cheers, dears. Just leave the sack. It'll be safe here. Don't worry about a thing, dear. There's nobody here but me and these jellied eels. Oh, yes. Yes, it'll be quite safe here, dear, with trusty old Mrs. Groynes. I mean to say, it'll be safe enough here unless some crazed, affronted ice cream parlour proprietor comes round when I'm dusting with my workers' playtime on and makes off with it without my seeing. Oh, that's the way to do it, all right, dear. That's the way to do it.
In Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss, Inspector Steine was played by Michael Fenton Stevens. Mrs. Groynes, Jan Ravens. Brunswick, John Ramm. Twitten, Matt Green. And ventriloquist Vince, Kim Wall. Music was by Anthony May. The producer was Karen Rose. It was a Sweet Talk production for BBC Radio 4.
Well, look on the bright side, Trevor. They saved me the trouble of digging it up. But you should have heard me. I amaze myself sometimes. Go on, Inspector. Go on. But I've been here all along, dear. Wherever could it have gone? Here you are, dear. Do you want a pickled egg with that, dear? That'll be 1 and 10. Oh, go on, have a saveloy and all. You know you want to. That's right. Look at that. Lovely. 2 and 3/10 out of half a crown. Done. Ta-ta.
Oh, please don't bully the customers, Mrs. Groynes.
How about you leave the customers to me, dear? Now, I'll need a few more plates and some more peas pudding. God, what's this?
What?
This? With the cod, dear. It looks like... Oh, dear. Well, I'll tell you straight. It's a deep-fried sock, dear. Oh, God, by the looks of it.
Oh, not again.
Oh, now don't take on, dear.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes, an Argyle sock.
Oh, cheer up, dearie. It's not the end of the world. We're bound to find the other one in a minute.
Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss. Episode 5. The Woman.
No account of Inspector Steine's brilliant career in Brighton in the 1950s would be complete without the story of Adelaide Vine and the Great Fish and Chip Shop incident. Thereafter, he always referred to Mrs. Vine as the woman, as if in romantic tribute to Irene Adler in Arthur Conan Doyle's A Scandal in Bohemia. However, when I asked him once whether that was indeed the reason, he confessed that he had never read any Sherlock Holmes, and that he disliked literary allusion of any sort. He called Adelaide Vine the woman because it simply broke his heart to say her name. It all began one windy day in April. The sea was looking magnificently wild, I seem to remember, and the inspector had a small matter he felt we should discuss.
So this so-called trunk murder, Brunswick...
The torso in a suitcase, sir. It's been in all the papers, sir. It's like those other trunk murders in the 1930s.
Yes, I know. Do you think we should do anything? Well, I mean, it's pretty ghastly.
I might go undercover at the left luggage for a while, sir. See if any hat boxes turn up. I've been working on a very convincing limp, sir. Would you like to see?
Yeah, any ideas apart from going undercover?
Well, no, sir.
You're wearing makeup again, Brunswick?
Just some fake eyebrows, sir.
wearing them in.
And that was when he bumped into Adelaide Vine.
Oh, excuse me, madam.
Oh, pardon me, how silly I am.
Yes. Well, good day to you. What an attractive woman. So, anyway, Brunswick, can you even imagine sawing the limbs off of a... What's that?
Oh, no.
I think the lady needs assistance, sir.
Oh. Are you all right, madam? Forgive me, I'm Inspector Steine of the Brighton Constabulary, and this is my sergeant.
Brunswick?
Brunswick, yes.
Well, I hate to ask, Inspector Steine, but in the collision just now, which was so enjoyable...
Well, I enjoyed it, certainly.
Well, I'm afraid I dropped something.
Oh? What was it, my dear?
Oh, you'll think me so soft and helpless and feminine. It was a basket full of kittens.
Oh,
and now
dear.
the poor little things have scattered in all directions.
Oh, no, bless
look.
them. Oh, come on, bless.
Look at that.
Oh, look, he's shivering.
Morning, Mrs. Groynes.
Morning, dear. Oh, you're looking ever so clever this morning, Constable Twitten, or I'm not rowing this skiff. Cup of tea?
Gosh, thanks. Where is everybody? Do you think they have any leads in the Twunk murder?
No, dear, I don't. They've been chasing kittens most of the morning as far as I can make out. How about you, dear?
Well, I don't have much, but I spent yesterday with an old school chum at the Foreign Office, and then I made some phone calls, and all I know is that the suitcase was bought in Paris last month by two men with the KGB code names of Lermontov and Bulgakov, and that the last time a torso was disposed of in this way, it was the Russians getting rid of double agents during the war. And, that the Russian operatives are currently waiting for a general signal to slaughter all the double agents who are vital to the security of Great Britain, and that the body was dumped in Brighton, because obviously another unsolved murder down here would scarcely raise comment. But tell me about the kittens.
Well, I have never seen anything like it, dear. Men! Oh, wave a pretty face around in front of them and they lose all the sense they were born with. Oh, blimey, tongue talk H, here we go.
And Mrs. Vine, everybody. You've met Mrs. Groynes.
Hello.
And this is Constable Twitten.
Hello.
Kittens all tidied up now, are they, dear?
Oh, you're so kind to ask. But I'm afraid there are darker matters I've been discussing with dear Inspector Steine and Sergeant...
Brunswick?
dear Sergeant Brunswick.
Those aren't his own eyebrows, you know.
Thank you, Mrs. Groynes.
What are the darker matters, sir? Anything to do with the Twunk murder?
Happily, no, Twitten. Mrs. Vine has a very singular story, which I have to say touches me very deeply.
As we all took our seats to listen to Adelaide Vine's story, a hush fell.
Okay, then.
I remember one of the kittens, having escaped from the basket again, found its way up my trouser leg and started nibbling my socks. And I scarcely noticed. We were all entranced.
I've recently acquired a fish and chip shop in Oriental Place, just a few hundred yards from the seafront. It was a considerable investment, and it's left me virtually penniless. I know what you must be thinking. I'm not very close to the usual idea of a fish and chip shop proprietor. But I am a widow. And it was the condition of my late husband's will that I run such a business for 5 years.
5 years? 5? Oh, that's just unreasonable. That is completely unreasonable.
Oh, Inspector. However, at the end of that 5 years, I will inherit a large fortune. My husband was a kind man, a handsome and generous man. It was only after his death, when the will was read, that we discovered he was also a lunatic, with a long-standing and powerful fixation on fish and chips that he had previously concealed, with all the usual cunning of the mad.
Cup of tea for anyone? Cocoa? This is worse than the Theatre Royal.
Do carry on, Mrs. Vine.
Thank you. We now come to my reason for asking for your assistance. My fish and chip shop has been in business now for 2 months and is prospering. Or at least it was prospering until a week ago, when I discovered a deep-fried cigarette butt, a deep-fried flannel, and a deep-fried postcard of Bognor in among the chips.
What?
It seems, you see, that someone is sabotaging the business. That someone, some hateful, spiteful person, is sabotaging my fish and chips.
The swine! Oh, sorry, sir, I spoke out of turn.
No, I think you've hit the mot-juste there, Twitten. He's a swine. An absolute bloody swine!
What can I do, gentlemen? If I'm forced to close, I will forfeit my inheritance.
This all makes me very angry, sir.
And me, sir.
Yeah, imagine doing such a thing to anybody, but imagine especially doing it to this lovely, fragrant... well, imagine doing it to her.
Oh. Who stands to benefit if your business fails, Mrs. Vine?
Oh, a distant cousin of my husband's. He lives in Finland. Oh, I don't think...
Did your husband have any connections with the Brighton fish and chip fraternity? Would any of them have a grudge?
What a quick young man. Actually, there was a connection of my husband's, a man called...
Yes, well, Twitten's very clever. I think he's established that, thank you. Gets on our nerves sometimes, but what can you do?
I think he's wonderful.
Well, you're wrong.
I'd like to volunteer to go undercover, sir.
I'll ignore that, Brunswick.
Yes, sir.
Because you'll be pleased to hear that I have already assembled a pretty good working plan to help this lovely, lovely lady.
Oh, Inspector Steine.
Mrs. Groynes,
Oh, yeah?
I would like you to help Mrs. Vine at the fish and chip shop.
What? Oh, no, that's too much.
Say it is.
There will be an overtime payment of 10 shillings a night and as much nutritious rock salmon as you can cram into that capacious string bag of yours. But fear not. You will not be alone or in danger, my dear. I will personally impersonate a customer all day, every day, until the culprit is apprehended. And luckily, when it comes to the pickled egg in large quantities, I have quite a phenomenal constitution. Sergeant Brunswick will be... elsewhere.
Oh.
Out and about. Investigating the fish and chip business. And meanwhile, our young, wonderful, show-off, clever Dick Twitten here...
Yes, sir? What can I do, sir?
Twitten will have to stay here at the station and make the teas.
Huh?
So, does everyone understand how we're going to break this case and save the day for this lovely lady?
Yes, sir.
Just one question, dear.
Yes?
I still don't understand how the kittens come into it, dear. I mean, she hasn't been deep frying them.
My investigations were not onerous, as you can imagine. I've always been quite partial to fish and chips. The trouble was the inspector didn't want me to interview Adelaide Vine, which hampered me considerably in my investigations. No one in Brighton seemed to have heard of her husband. Meanwhile, the inspector had turned Oriental Place into his office. He was even writing his BBC Wireless talks there and spending every waking moment with Adelaide Vine.
Oh, Inspector, what beautiful handwriting you have. Do you always write your talks in your own hand?
Well, yes, I can't write any other way.
May I join you for a moment?
Why, am I coming apart? I'm sorry. Please do sit with me. That would be lovely. Are you all right? You look a bit pale.
Mrs. Groynes doesn't like me, I think.
Oh, take no notice.
I feel that she's watching me.
Well, that is partly the idea. Oh, dear. Are you all right? Oh, goodness, that was honestly the best deep-fried sausage I've ever had.
It's just all such a strain.
Well, of course. I mean, there.
And you've been so kind.
Oh, good.
And you're so famous and everything, Inspector. I don't deserve such an honour. I had no idea when I met you the other day that you were such a famous and important man.
Oh.
Everyone in the country listens to you on the BBC.
No, not everyone.
Yes, they do.
Well, yes, all right. Most of them, it's true. Are you all right now?
Yes, thank you.
Phew. You're very beautiful, Mrs. Vine.
You could call me Adelaide.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Good heavens, the idea.
Are you writing one of your talks?
Yes. It's about how the law defines a riot based on Field versus Receiver of Metropolitan Police, 1907.
Really?
What I'm explaining, basically, and actually it is quite interesting, is that a common law misdemeanor...
Can I get you some more fish and chips?
Oh, no, thank you.
I can't imagine even having my name on the wireless, Inspector, let alone my thoughts and my voice.
Oh, it's not as wonderful as you think.
Oh, you're just used to it. I can't imagine anything more thrilling.
Really?
But I can't imagine how it could ever come about.
On November the 13th, 1945...
Oh, that's him.
You may recall there was a football match
Oh,
between
Gordon
Chelsea
Bennett,
FC
so how much
and
tea you put in this?
Dynamo
Only one
at the Chelsea ground at Stamford Bridge. Thousands of people unable to get into the ground...
He does sound
because the police
authoritative,
had shut
doesn't
the
he, sir?
gates, trespassed on neighbouring property, trampling and breaking...
Oh, I remember
things
this business as it
and
happens. It was
ladders
dreadful. Some people
became
never
access
saw their
to
ladders
gates.
again.
One young woman, Adelaide Vine, was actually
You
maltreated
mentioned
by a
Mrs.
ruffian
Vine
in
on
the
the
court.
wire.
Blimey!
I don't understand,
But
sir.
were
Why
the
would he
police
mention
to
her
blame
name
for
like
this
that?
damage and assault?
I think he's in love,
The
Twitten.
receiver of the Metropolitan
I think he's
Police
actually in love.
rejected their claim on the grounds of the football ground.
There was something I needed to tell the inspector, you see. Something from which I had hoped to shield him. I'd learnt something that the inspector wouldn't want to know. That before she accidentally bumped into us on the promenade that day, Adelaide Vine had been asking in Brighton about him. She had been specifically asking how good he would be at solving a very simple crime, and by all accounts the answer she'd been getting was that he was, as a police officer, a complete goon. But this didn't solve the problem of why. What could Adelaide Vine possibly gain by having Inspector Steine sit all day in a fish and chip shop, not solving a very small case of commercial sabotage? A week later, on the day of his next broadcast, I revisited Oriental Place.
It happened again, Sergeant.
Oh, yes.
An Argyle sock this time. I never saw how it was done, dear, and I was right here. It's my opinion that she's doing it herself, but for why, dear?
I suppose if we found the matching sock, it might prove something.
Oh, go and look upstairs, dear. Call me if any customers appear. You'll find Her Majesty in the corner with the inspector.
Oh, and Chekhov.
Oh, yes, Chekhov. Oh, excellent. Yes. Oh, you are clever.
There's another H.
Oh, of course.
After the K.
Really? Well, if you say so.
There must be more. Oh, I know. Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky. Oh, this is going to be marvellous.
Well, it's so nice to be able to help you in return, Inspector. Yeah. Oh, here's Sergeant... the Sergeant.
I was very sorry to hear about your unfortunate experience at Stamford Bridge, madam.
You heard?
Well, country heard, I should imagine. Do you think we could have a word alone, sir?
Oh, Adelaide, would you mind?
Geoffrey, of course not, dear. Oh, you're looking very stern, Sergeant. I do hope there hasn't been someone murdered with a trunk again. It makes one so very nervous being around suitcases of any sort.
Oh, what a woman. What a woman, eh, Brunswick? What a woman. What a woman.
What a woman, sir.
Pickled egg?
No, thank you, sir. This is a bit difficult to say to you, sir. But I don't suppose it's crossed your mind that Mrs. Vine is not what she seems.
Oh, look, Brunswick, I know you're a bit jealous. It's only natural. She called me Geoffrey, did you notice?
The thing is, sir, there are no records of Adelaide Vine, not anywhere, nor of the husband, nor of the will.
Really? Well, what does that prove?
Well, sir...
It proves nothing, Brunswick. Or only that she's changed her name. I mean, no one gets such a beautiful name without choosing it. She's joining me in London tonight after I do my broadcast.
Mrs. Groynes is of the opinion, sir, that the sabotaging of the fried food is being done by Mrs. Vine herself.
Nonsense. Does she look like someone who wears Argyle socks? It's some villain, Brunswick. A fish and chip shop villain that you have so far dismally failed to sniff out.
Sir, I have reason to believe that Mrs. Vine has been deliberately playing on your sensitivities. That, in short, she did not meet you by chance, but actually targeted you.
You're mad, Brunswick. What do you think she is, a crazed fan?
Let's examine some of the facts, sir.
Don't take that tone with me, Sergeant.
You seem to be particularly affected by her story of having to run this chip shop and having such a hard time of it. You felt you should help her, no matter what. Why do you think that was, sir?
That's none of your business.
But I think it may be important, sir.
Well, in any case, she couldn't possibly have known.
Known what, sir?
My own mother.
Your own mother?
Yes, all right. It's uncanny. The exact same thing happened to Mummy in 1923. The chip shop, the will, the sabotage.
Go on, sir.
I didn't save her. You see, she needed my help when her chip shop was sabotaged, and I didn't save her. I said, Mummy, I do not believe you. And I've never forgiven myself. Look, now is my chance to put that right for dear, dear Adelaide.
Bit of a coincidence, then.
Well, of course it is. Adelaide couldn't possibly have known about my mother's chip shop. I've never told a soul.
Are you sure about that, sir?
Of course I am. What's that book, Brunswick?
It's your best-selling autobiography, sir.
Blast.
I thought I should bring it along, sir. Now, let's see. Without Prejudice, by G.M. St. J. Steine, Chapter 1, page 4. The conditions of my father's will.
All right.
I will never forgive myself. If only I could have another chance. Helpless woman. Chips.
That's enough.
Gherkins. Get my hands on the ruddy swine.
That's enough. Look, you don't know she's read that.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but there's something going on here, and I think it may be bigger than a deep-fried sock. Oh, talking of which...
I found it upstairs, dear, in Mrs. Vine's dressing table.
It's the other sock,
I can see that. I've got to think.
Oh, and I don't know if it's relevant, dear, but here's a copy of your book, dear, with bits underlined. Oh, look, dear, she's underlined this bit so heavy like she's made a hole in the page. What have I said, dears?
Mrs. Groynes.
What are you going to do, sir?
I don't know. Look, Mrs. Groynes, tell her I was called away. She mustn't suspect anything. I'll go up to London to do the broadcast as if there's nothing wrong. What on earth could she want from me? That's what I don't understand.
Oh, no, sir, it's a mystery.
Geoffrey, must you go?
Yes, my dear. But we'll be together soon. I absolutely hate you for this, Brunswick.
I don't understand why you've brought me here, Sergeant. Where's the inspector? Where's Mrs. Groynes? Where's the constable?
The inspector has gone up to London, madam, for his broadcast. I have sent Constable Twitten with him as protection.
Oh, I like Twitten.
No, you don't. You're just saying that.
But he's so clever. And so young and attractive in a clever, young kind of way. Were you ever like him, Sergeant?
Brunswick.
Yes, Brunswick. Brunswick.
You can be quite insulting, Mrs. Vine. Ever since I met you, you've insulted me.
I believe you like it, Sergeant.
Oh, don't start on me now. I'm not going to fall for your tricks, am I? I can see right through you, thank you very much.
Yes, you're much too experienced, of course. So much more worldly than the poor inspector. I'm in awe. Look, I'm trembling.
Just tell me why you've been doing this. It's got nothing to do with fish and chips, I know that much, and it's probably got nothing to do with Brighton. For some reason you wanted to get to Inspector Steine. Make him fall in love with you. But for what? Do you bear some grudge? Is that it?
Yes. Oh, that's exactly right. A grudge. How clever you are.
Don't lie, Mrs. Vine. Good heavens. I bet those weren't even your own kittens, were they?
I hate kittens, Sergeant.
You are evil, Mrs. Vine. Evil.
Oh, yes?
And I am unbelievably attracted to you.
I'm ever so sorry, sir. But whatever she was after, she didn't get it, did she?
I suppose not, Twitten. Except that she got my heart, of course. Wrung it out and then snapped it. And drowned it. And beat it to death and stuck a stick through it and drenched it in paraffin and set fire to it and then shredded it. And ate it.
I felt like that once, sir.
I couldn't care less, Twitten.
Yes, sir. Shall I leave you to read your script, sir?
Yes, if you'd be so kind. Thank you. How do you pronounce that?
Dostoevsky, sir.
Oh. Read any Dostoevsky, have you, Twitten?
All of it, I think, sir. Although not in the Russian, of course.
No. Of course not in the Russian.
Mrs. Groynes will be here in a minute, I'm warning you, and she won't put up with any of this.
Then I'll lock the door.
No. Now, look here.
I considered shooting you, you know.
Shooting me?
I knew it would make you trust me. People are always shooting you, from what I hear.
Well,
I thought I might produce a tiny gun and say, I don't know how this works, and then just wing you, you know, causing you exquisite pain in the line of duty. Would that have worked, do you think? Would that have made you love me?
Yes. That would have done it.
I thought so.
Oh, well, that's very clever, actually.
You see, I think the body in the suitcase is linked to the Russian spy network, sir. It's a message to the other double agents that the KGB is onto them.
Twitten, I'm going into this building to broadcast my talk.
Yes, sir.
My heart is broken.
Of course, sir.
I want you to wait here, outside. This is hard enough to cope with without having to listen to nonsensical theories about torsos in suitcases.
Of course, sir. Sorry, sir. May I ask what the talk is about this week, sir?
Oh, well, it's a bit different this week. It's about the rise in gun crime since the war. And I've written a little story using a number of outlandish character names, mainly drawn from the world of Russian literature. Hence your old mate Dostoevsky.
I see, sir. Why are the names Russian, sir?
Oh, no reason. It's going to be hard for me to say them, Twitten. Not just because some of them are unpronounceable, but because dear Adelaide helped me to choose them. But I can cope with that. See you later, Twitten.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir. What sort of names again, sir?
Oh, I don't know. Lermontov, Bulgakov, that kind of thing.
Lermontov, Bulgakov. Oh, crikey. Oh, crikey! Let me in! You've got to let me in! They'll kill all the double agents! You've got to let me in!
So that was it, you see. She was a spy. The KGB needed to get a list of double agent code names onto the airwaves to initiate a mass slaughter, and they picked out the hapless Steine as the means of doing it. I mean, we were assuming that was the plan. Unfortunately, while Constable Twitten was racing to the studio and preventing the names from going out on the air and thereby saving the lives of field agents vital to the security of Great Britain, Mrs. Vine was cunningly escaping from the station and disappearing into the night, never to be seen again. I will never quite forgive myself for that, come to think of it.
But how did she get the gun, Brunswick?
Oh, it's all a blur, sir.
Does it hurt a lot?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Well, I could see right through her, dear.
Yes, but you can see right through anyone, Mrs. Groynes, so it doesn't really count.
She was very lovely. I mean, apart from being a ruthless spy and everything. Wasn't it lucky I put two and two together, though, sir? Saving all those spies and everything. Did you hear? I'm to be awarded a medal for outstanding cleverness.
Here, where's all the tea gone? There was a fresh packet here yesterday.
Did she say anything about me, Brunswick, before she, shot you?
What sort of thing, sir?
Oh, I don't know, that she would always remember me, or that our love was a pure thing in a dirty world? Or anything?
No, sir. Nothing like that.
She was very beautiful, sir.
Were you smitten, Twitten?
No, that's not fair, sir. No.
Smitten.
Don't, sir.
Here, it's a good job she didn't use her kitten ploy for you, dear, or you'd have been smitten with a kitten, Twitten.
Stop it! Stop it!
You might have been bitten.
That is not fair. That is not fair. Sir. Really, sir.
Oh, show us your medal.
And that was how a great scandal threatened to affect the Kingdom of Bohemia, and how the best plans of Mr. Sherlock Holmes were beaten by a woman's wit. He used to make merry over the cleverness of women, but I have not heard him do it of late. And when he speaks of Irene Adler, or when he refers to her photograph, it is always under the honourable title of The Woman.
In Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss, Inspector Steine was played by Michael Fenton Stevens. Mrs. Groynes, Jan Ravens. Brunswick, John Ramm. Twitten, Matt Green. And Adelaide, Janet Ellis. Music was by Anthony May. The producer was Karen Rose. Inspector Steine was a Sweet Talk production for BBC Radio 4.
Well, all this standing around jawing won't get Comrade Nikita Khrushchev into the Kremlin now, will it? Ta-ta, dears, and thanks for all the rock salmon.
Brian, we know you're in here. The chaplain came specially, son, so don't mess about. Oh, Brian!
Who's this man warder in the pictures on the walls?
Oh, that is Inspector Steine of the Brighton Constabulary.
Oh, the chap on the wireless.
That's the one.
Lorne the little man.
Brian's got a thing about him.
Yes, so I can see. By the way, warder, why do they call him Brian the Brave?
What? What?
Warder, the light's gone out. Warder? What's going on? I can't see anything. Oh, perhaps Brian's not here today, so I think I'll just... Help!
Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss. Episode 6. The Anniversary.
Looking back on those great old days of policing Brighton in the 1950s, I do ask myself sometimes whether I'm neglecting the broader picture of the post-war British crime wave. I mean, just open any newspaper. Here we are. Yeah, here we are. Look. This is the Brighton Evening Argus, June 23rd, 1956. Look now, you see. This is just the sort of everyday thing I'm talking about. Bullion robbery in Lewis Road, it says. Van strafed with machine gun fire in broad daylight by daring gang led by masked woman. Blimey! Female criminal mastermind continues to elude police. Bullion vanishes within minutes. Trail goes cold near to Town Hall. Repeated calls for the resignation of Inspector Steine. Oh, well, actually, if you don't mind, I'll just find something else. Here we are. Oh, yes. Teddy Boy's mock toddler at Peter Pan Playground. Now, that one I do remember. Between the three of us, we solved it. My point, you see, my point is that although this long-forgotten bullion robbery must have seemed big at the time, what I remember is that the last week of June 1956 saw the 5th anniversary of Inspector Steine's great triumph, the Middle Street Massacre of 1951.
Oh, the 5th anniversary, dear. Don't time fly, dear. And you think you should do something special to mark the occasion, dear?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Oh, blimey. Dear, oh, Lord.
Are you sure you wouldn't like some help heaving those mysterious heavy boxes, Mrs. G?
No, you're all right, dear. I'm nearly finished now. Wait a ton, dear, that's all.
You see, Brunswick seems to think that Middle Street wasn't quite the policing success everyone else thinks it was.
17 villains dead on the ground, dear. You can't argue with that. 2 old major gangs wiped out.
Oh, you're right.
But he's got a point. I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't make too much of the fact you didn't know the massacre was going to happen, dear.
No.
The famous Inspector Steine eats ice cream while gangs shoot it out wasn't so much nonchalance as you happening to fancy a Knickerbocker glory.
Yes.
I mean, someone obviously planned it. Someone got all those hoodlums to meet on neutral territory and start shooting.
Yes.
It just wasn't you.
How many major gangs were there in Brighton before Middle Street?
3, dear.
Oh, so that means...
Look, all this standing around jawing won't turn Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap into the longest-running show in West End theatre history, will it? Let's have a nice cup of tea. I think I hear the approach of Sergeant Brunswick.
Afternoon, Mrs. G.
Oh, hello, dear. Is that really you? How's it going at the races?
Oh, don't ask. A lot of villainy, that's for sure. Villains everywhere in broad daylight parading their villainy.
That's an astonishing disguise, Brunswick.
Oh, thank you, sir. I hope it's not too immodest to mention it, but yesterday I won a £5 voucher for Hannington's department store.
Oh?
For what?
for being the best-dressed lady, sir.
Oh.
Obviously, I didn't have the helmet on at the time.
No.
Any news of the bullion robbery on the Lewis Road?
Bullion? No, I don't think so. Mrs. Groynes, have we heard anything about any bullion?
No, not a dicky bird, dear. Oh!
Yeah, they're saying the gang was led by a woman, sir.
Here you are, dear. There. Nice cup of tea. Got you an Eccles cake.
Oh, you're an angel, Mrs. G. There's evidently the trail went cold in this very street.
Oh, Brunswick, we've been talking about the wisdom of marking the anniversary of the Middle Street...
Something wrong, sir?
Look, you couldn't take the wig off or something, Brunswick. Talking to you dressed like that is making me feel quite queasy.
It was also the week that Constable Twitten received a commendation for bravery, and that our dear old Cockney char-lady, Mrs. Groynes, received a visit from her abnormally devious nephew, Brian the Brain.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes, can I help you?
You're in haste, clattering up the steps like a young fool.
Well, there's been a bullion robbery, and I'm a police officer. So...
I'm looking for Mrs. Groynes. She's employed at the police station.
Then you've come to the right place.
In Brighton.
Yes.
Infinitely superior to Crowthorne.
Yes, although actually I haven't been to Crowthorne, so I can't really make a valid comparison. But, well, look here, I'll go and tell Mrs. Groynes you're here. I know her very well.
Last time I was in Brighton, it was 5 years ago.
Yes?
Precisely 5 years.
Good heavens. Anyway.
And it was, how can I... It wasn't like this.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was...
Sunny?
Hot? No. It was,
a bit tidier?
Bullets, bullets.
What?
We were in a narrow street, shadows, the sound of a distant jukebox playing Shall We Dance, Pa, from the King and I.
Are you all right?
The girl shouted, Don't, Johnny! And we looked around, and then, bang, 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 no! Dad!
Right, well...
They got my dad! Bang, bang, bang! Oh, Mum, Mummy, he's dead! The blood, the hole! His life pouring out through a hole! Bang, bang! Take me home, Mum! Take me home! I'll kill whoever did this to my dad! I'll kill him! I'll kill him! I crawled away, not a mark on me, but they say that all that carnage, from the Latin for flesh, did something irreversible to my head.
Are you sure coming back to Brighton was a good idea? How about I escort you to Brighton Station? Oh, thank goodness, here's Mrs. Groynes.
Brian?
Mrs. Groynes, I'm so pleased to see you. This young chap.
Brian, what the hell are you doing here? Are you packing a piece?
Oh, Auntie.
Oh, my God, what you done? How'd you get out?
Oh, Auntie, don't take on. I just met this amiable policeman, amiable from the Middle English via Old French and the late Latin, just like the amiable Inspector Steine who orchestrated the Middle Street massacre.
Well, you leave him alone, Brian.
Of course I will, Auntie, but he's coming with me. Look, I got a gun.
Mrs. Groynes.
Let's do what he says, dear. I'll give you old French. Now you leave this nice young man alone. He hasn't done nothing to you. Come on, Constable.
You sound rather different, Mrs. Groynes.
Well, all this standing around jawing won't overturn the disgraceful decision to have Grace Archer burned to death in a shed now, will it? Oh, come on. We'd better get on. Come on.
I've just had a call from Broadmoor, sir.
I'm not surprised looking like that. What time are they coming to collect you?
Oh, I'm afraid it's quite serious, sir.
Oh.
An insane criminal known as Brian the Brain escaped this morning, sir. And it seems that he holds you personally responsible for his father's death.
Ah, but I'm not responsible for anyone's death, surely. Except those thugs in Middle Street.
His father was indeed one of the thugs killed in Middle Street, sir.
Ah.
Evidently, he acquired the nickname Brian the Brain through his work on the Oxford English Dictionary, sir.
Oh.
It's a bit of a tradition at Broadmoor among the more well-read inmates, apparently, and is sadly not proof that their criminal insanity is abated. They gave me a list of the words Brian the Brain has worked on as they thought them significant. Here we are. Kill. Revenge. Psychopath. Celebrity. Broadcaster. Inspector and... eviscerate, sir.
Oh.
The walls of his cell were decorated with transcripts of your radio talks from the listener, sir.
Oh, the good news, however, is that he can't have been involved in our bullion robbery, because at the time that crime was committed, he was still busy coshing, stabbing and ripping his way out of the prison. Are you all right, sir?
Yeah, of course I'm all right, Brunswick. I'm just wondering, though, do you think this should affect our plans for a 5th anniversary street party inviting all and sundry?
Well, yes, sir, I think it should.
Yeah. A few drinks between ourselves ought to be enough, surely. In the cells, perhaps. We could even lock ourselves in, I wouldn't mind.
Where's Twitten, sir?
I don't know. He was around earlier, wasn't he?
No, sir, he wasn't.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
No, I don't think I've seen him all day.
I'm ever so sorry about this, dear. This is a proper shaky do and no mistake. The thing is, Brian's what you might call one char short of the full cha-cha-cha. At the same time, however, he's extremely cunning and would slit your meridian as soon as look at you. You can always tell when he's particularly worked up in a blood frenzy because he wears his Davy Crockett hat. Wish to God I'd never given it him sometimes.
Mrs. Groynes?
Yes, dear?
Why are we on the pier inside the helter-skelter?
Oh, Brian's very fond of Brighton, dear. Or he was until the unfortunate events 5 years ago.
Oh! Mrs. Groynes?
Yes, dear?
As I'm probably about to die, I wondered if I could ask you something.
Far away, dear. There's nobody here but me and these boa constrictors.
Are you Brighton's criminal mastermind?
Me, dear? Yes, dear.
I thought so! I never like to mention it at the station because they obviously get embarrassed when I bring the subject up.
What are you talking about, embarrassed? Who is, dear?
The Inspector and Sergeant Brunswick. Whenever I say anything about you turning up so conveniently at the scene of the crime, or appearing to know an awful lot about the criminal underworld, they always make me feel like I said something unworthy of someone of my intelligence. It's become jolly difficult. It's like what happens at a party when you meet a chap and don't catch his name, and then you spend the rest of the evening realising that the longer this goes on, the more embarrassing it'll be to ask. I've always kept wanting to say, but look, see here, dash it all, Mrs. Groynes is clearly Brighton's criminal mastermind, sir. But after a while, I realised there was something much deeper going on. They knew, you see. There was some code which meant they never said. That's why I had to ask you face to face. I hope you don't mind.
It never occurred to you they're complete idiots, dear?
No. Well, you don't mean...
I do, dear. I've had them completely fooled for several years, dear.
No. Oh, not really.
Cup of tea, bit of cockney banter, occasional Eccles cake. I'll go to the foot of our stairs. This won't buy the baby a roast beef dinner for 9p. Blinded them with charm and tea leaves, dear, from here old to Christmas.
Gosh. Gosh. Well, I have to say, Mrs. Groynes, you're a genius.
Oh, thank you very much, dear. Of course, I'm only keeping the business going for my Trevor till he gets out of Lewis. If it's any consolation, I always thought if there's anyone going to work it out, it's that clever boy Twitten.
Oh, thank you.
And then I always thought, the day he does, of course, I'll have to do him.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. The chap who Ballywell knew too much. Well, join the queue.
Blame your own cleverness, dear. If you were stupid like the others, you'd be in no danger at all right now. Oh!
Mrs. Groynes?
Yes, dear?
Being so clever, I suppose you prefer me not to mention to Brian the Brain that you're the person really responsible for the Middle Street massacre, and not Inspector Steine.
What?
He does seem quite extraordinarily touchy on the subject, doesn't he?
You wouldn't.
Wouldn't I?
Besides, what makes you think I had anything to do with it?
Oh, Mrs. Groynes, it's so obvious. It was you that killed his dad, you see, when you called the gangs together. I'm afraid that's bound to be the way Brian the Brain will look at it, while he is cheerfully slitting your meridian, as I think you said.
I've always really liked you, dear.
The feeling's mutual, Mrs. Groynes, so it's lucky for both of us that I have a plan.
This is difficult, Sergeant. Oh, for heaven's sake, stop trying on those sideburns. This is serious.
Sorry, sir. The note says to meet him outside the Hippodrome at midnight. He goes into quite a long etymological analysis of both middle and hippodrome, so it's definitely from him.
And if I don't go?
He's got Twitten and Mrs. Groynes as his hostages, sir.
Does he say where?
Of course he doesn't say where.
Well, Twitten's a fully trained policeman. He can look after himself.
Oh, sir!
Well, I don't know. This is like a bad dream. I mean, you surely appreciate how unfair this is, Brunswick. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me for something I didn't actually do.
Yes, but you're happy for everyone else to think you did do it, sir.
Well?
Your entire reputation rests on it, after all. The film, the radio talks, that little limited edition Staffordshire statuette.
I know that.
And you didn't not do it, sir.
And what does that mean?
I mean, sir, that, as I recall, on the day of the massacre, I came to you and said something big was happening. Diamond Tony had called a meet at the clock tower.
Oh, yeah.
I said there would never be a better moment to get these blokes and bang them up for firearms transgressions.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I also said Brighton was a tinderbox gang-wise.
You're coming out of this recollected sequence of events suspiciously well, Brunswick. So you saw it all coming, did you?
I am cursed with a Cassandra-ish ability to foresee disaster, sir. It is my burden, as well as my gift. I also remember things with extraordinary clarity. Thus, we were on our way to Middle Street when you stopped for a small bag of peppermint humbugs and noticed that Luigi's was doing Knickerbocker Glory, sir. Mrs. Groynes had told you how delicious they were,
heavens.
and that Luigi would offer an enormous discount if the entire operational division visited en masse on any Saturday afternoon in June.
I resent and refute this version of events. Nothing like that was in the film.
It's 8:30, sir.
All right.
Twitten can't look after himself, sir.
Well, let's go out. I don't know why, but I suddenly fancy a humbug. Oh.
So, what's your plan, then?
I don't know what you mean.
I heard you adumbrate to Auntie that you had a plan. Adumbrate from the same root as umbrella, the Latin for shade. Quite shady in here.
No, it's not so much a plan, Brian, more a way of passing the time. It was just that I was thinking about your nickname, Brian the Brain. I've been saying to dear Mrs. Groynes that it must be a burden as well as a gift. People must expect you to know everything, and no one knows everything.
I know more than you.
Yes, I expect so, but I was just saying to Mrs. Groynes that if we only had a dictionary...
Which I have.
Crikey, that's a big one. Well, we could have a little test.
Test of what?
Etymology, of course.
You're joking. You've got to be joking.
Mrs. Groynes could pick the words. We each have a go. Best of 15. If I win, I go free and you go back to Broadmoor. If you win, you get to kill the inspector, and I'll even help you. I should warn you, however, I am known within police circles to be ever so clever. Oh, there he goes.
What's the time, Auntie?
It's 9-ish, dear.
Oh, too late. I've got a lot of honing to do.
From the Old English word for stone. Oh, what a shame. I thought Mrs. Groynes could adjudicate. From the Latin, judex, a judge. Groyne, from the Old French, for...
pig snout.
Charming.
Pig snout, indeed.
I wish they'd stop doing that.
Well, you chose to hide in here, Brian. We didn't.
Any, plans for your broadcast this week, sir?
What? I thought I might talk about the role of, memory in trial evidence, or perhaps the way policemen are depicted in such a belittling manner on the West End stage, or else I might just break radically with broadcasting tradition and shout, "Help! Ah! He's stabbing me! Ah!" and die.
I think we need a plan, sir.
Have you got one?
Yes, sir.
Will it involve you dressing up?
It might, sir.
Oh, give me strength.
Can I have a humbug, sir?
Help yourself.
Brian, you are 3-1 up. Right, Brian the Brain, your word is... decline.
Oh, I know.
So do I.
It's too easy. She keeps giving you the easy words.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Put your hand down, Constable.
Oh, enter into the spirit of it, Auntie.
Oh, it's like a terrible dream.
Oh, this is like a terrible dream, Brunswick. Oh, what's the time?
11 o'clock, sir. Oh. The thing is, sir, he said you should be alone and unarmed. He won't pay any attention to a well-dressed woman standing at the end of the street, will he? Standing in wait to rugby tackle him. We could sing "Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling," sir.
Is that a topical cultural reference, Brunswick?
It is, sir. High noon, sir. Gary Cooper, sir.
Well, this is neither the time nor the place!
Only 10 more words to go, Mrs. Groynes. I'm going to beat him. It's the Latin for white.
Oh. 10 more of these, are you sure, dear?
Oh, get on with it, Auntie. It's past 11. I wish they'd stop doing that. Doesn't this place ever close?
And if you win, Constable, remind me what happens to me.
I'm afraid I'll have to turn you in, Mrs. Groynes. But if he wins, I might mention to him what I know about the massacre, and...
All right, that's it.
What? Oh, no.
Blimey, this is heavy.
Mrs. Groynes, what are you doing?
Well, I've never seen a better example of hostage negotiation, dear. But a joke's a joke, dear. I'd rather eat my old string bag than hear one more example of old French out of late Latin, dear. What's the time now?
It's 11:30.
Oh!
Auntie, what are you doing with the dictionary? We haven't finished.
Put it down, Mrs. Groynes. You must see sense. Think of the inspector. Oh, no!
We'll get him, Auntie.
No!
Oh, that's better. Blimey, it's like taking a nail out your head. Now, cut along to Middle Street, dear. You know what you gotta do.
You all right, sir? I think you're being very brave, sir.
Yes.
Remember how they introduced the film of Brighton Rock, sir?
What?
Do you think it would help if we reminded ourselves of that now, sir? In the dark days before the war, the back streets of Brighton teemed with villains. Thanks to the work of the Brighton police, Brighton is yet again a place of sunshine and light and sandcastles.
Thank you. I feel much better now.
Just one thing, sir.
Yes?
Can I have your teacup with the roses on? I've always really liked it.
What's that?
Now remember, sir, he may have insanity and a blood grudge on his side, but you've got an enormous radio audience.
Yeah.
And I may have the body of a weak and feeble woman, sir, but I've also got a revolver.
Thank you, Sergeant. Good luck.
Good luck, sir.
Hello? Hello? Hello!
Inspector?
Twitten?
Oh, gosh, I'm glad to see you, sir. I've just had the most terrible night. I had to be so clever.
So it's not surprising we all forgot about that bullion robbery, is it? Far too much value is placed on money in this world in any case. It was much more important that Brian the Brain should be returned, slightly concussed, to Broadmoor, and that the old gang should be back safe and sound in the station. Well, when I say the old gang, of course, there was one small difference after that fateful night. Something had happened between Twitten and Mrs. Groynes that changed things forever.
Oh, have you heard about this teddy boy mocking a toddler at the Peter Pan playground, Twitten? What's the world coming to? That's what I'd like to know.
Sir?
Good Lord. Yes?
Mrs. Groynes has something she needs to tell you.
What?
Sergeant Brunswick, I've been meaning to say that your black and white minstrel disguise is a triumph, sir.
Well, thank you, Twitten.
But only if you intend to mingle with other black and white minstrels.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Sir!
No, a new culture of honesty. I like it, yes. Now, come on, out with it, Mrs. Groynes. What is it? Don't keep us in suspense.
Well, there is something I've been keeping from you, dear. And thanks to the constable here, I realise it was wrong.
Go on, Mrs. G. You know what we agreed.
What's going on between you two?
Shh, sir.
The thing is, dear, as Constable Twitten knows, I've been living a lie. A little bit. I've been leading a little bit of a lie.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes, I'm sure anything you've done can't be that bad. Twitten, I'm surprised at you.
Hear her out, please.
You've always trusted me, you see. I think that's what the constable finds hardest, sir. The three of you all go out into that bad, horrible world and you see bad, horrible things, and then you come in here and it's all cosy and warm. And you think that just because I've always got the kettle on and there are some nice custard tarts, that I'm good old Mrs. Groynes who would never deceive you, never hurt a fly.
Of course not.
You see, we all need a bit of comforting sometimes, don't we? Even the constable here. I don't think he would deny that there have been times when a kind or reassuring word from the motherly station charlady has made all the difference.
Well, that's true.
Sometimes the poor thing's hardly had the strength to carry on, and then... Well, I won't embarrass him. I'll just say, as the possessor of a fine motherly bosom, that he is no stranger to this here bosom.
That's true, too.
I've always liked you, dear.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes.
We've had our moments, haven't we? You saved my life by not telling Brian the Brain what you knew about me, dear. I shan't forget that, you know. And I don't like to brag or anything, but I did actually save your life too, dear, by wielding that big heavy dictionary.
Are you sure you want us here? I feel we've stumbled on a private moment.
I'm sorry, dear. It's just that the constable here wants me to clear the air, dear. Come clean, as it were. Get it all out in the open once and for all. Possibly put an end to a very, very happy relationship. And I just want him to have one last, final, conclusive think about it before I do. Before we go into our Paradise Lost phase, as it were. All four of us.
But what have you done, Mrs. Groynes? What on earth have you lied about?
Well, dear, shall I?
I don't know.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Well, dears...
No, don't.
Oh, what was that, dear?
Don't tell them. It can be our secret.
Oh, you're a good boy. No, I'll tell them,
no,
dear.
No, don't,
Quiet,
please.
dear. Quiet. I've got to tell them something, because they're all agog now, ain't they?
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact. And it had better be good.
So, well, here goes. You remember how I told you a year ago that the Ministry of Health had abolished the fig roll, dear? On account of an epidemic of projectile vomiting and a possible link up to polio?
Oh, I do remember. Oh, I was heartbroken. You made us burn all the packets we had in the cupboard.
I was lying, dear.
No.
It was complete eyewash. It's just I've never been able to stand the little bleeders. The constable here, he found me out, dears. I just hope you can all find it in your hearts.
Oh, no.
Somewhere deep in your hearts.
Oh, Mrs. Groynes. I thought you were going to confess to a gold robbery or something.
Oh, well done, Twitten.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes, well done, son. I have to say, though, I thought you were supposed to be working out who Brighton's criminal mastermind was, not investigating the true public health status of the inspector's favourite biscuit.
I sometimes think we'll never know who Brighton's criminal mastermind is, sir.
Join the club.
Now, cups of tea all round.
Oh, yes, please. 2
lovely.
sugars, please, Mrs. G.
Can I have mine quite milky?
Of course you can, dear.
Oh, I've just thought of something. Does this mean we can have fig rolls again, Mrs. Groynes? Oh.
Absolutely not, dear. No.
In Inspector Steine by Lynne Truss, Inspector Steine was played by Michael Fenton Stevens, Mrs. Groynes, Jan Ravens, Brunswick, John Ramm, Twitten, Matt Green, Brian the Brain, Ewan Bailey, Warder, Kim Wall, and Chaplain, David Holt. Music was by Anthony May. The producer was Karen Rose. Inspector Steine was a Sweet Talk production for BBC Radio 4.
Well, I feel much better getting that off my chest. Now, all this standing around jawing won't get Eamon Andrews coming through the door with a big red book, dear, will it? Help me with these heavy clanking boxes, Sergeant. I've got a fast car waiting outside with the engine running.